Yo, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Mandem Talk. We are live. Apologies for the lateness, man. I had issues with audio. Even my lighting is not working. I'm using the natural lighting. So, yeah, man, I don't know what's going on with Stream Deck and Go at Salah, but yo, it was a mad one. It's a mad one in the dunya, man. But big up to everyone that's locked in right now. We got the people in the building. We got my brothers in the building. We got Rants in the building. Rance, you good, man? We are
All
on
good,
talking
man.
terms, man. You know, the people think that we fell out on that, man. But it's all love, man, Rance, man. You know what it was.
Bro, people need to touch pavement, blood. It's just,
Trust me.
you know what I mean? Just a conversation, bruv. Now everything's blessed, man. Big up the chat, man. Big up the panel.
Come on, man. Big up to Rance each and every time, man. We obviously got Staffy in the building as well. Staffy will be here as well. Big up to Staffy in the building. We got man like Shells making his Mandem Talk debut and that. Shells, what you saying, man? You good, bro?
I think this is my second appearance still, but
Oh,
yeah,
second,
man, we're here.
my bad.
Yeah,
Come on.
I was watching you man go back and forth yesterday. It was good viewing, innit? So if you ain't watched that already, go and check into that. But yeah, large up the panel and large up the chat, man. Make sure you smash the likes and acknowledge everyone on the panel. You get me?
Come on, man. Big up to you as well. And obviously we got man like Coot Ball in the building. Coot Baller, it's been a pleasure, man. What are you saying, man? You good?
Yeah, all good, man, guys. Remember to like up the live, big up Rants, and big up Shells as well. And yeah, hopefully we can have a good discussion today, and hopefully we can help repair the dissensions that happen between Rants and Saeed.
No, listen, it was a disagreement, isn't it? Like, maybe I've got a different kind of thinking of the transfer window. You know, Rants is still got time, and it's all about opinion in the day, man. Maybe I had a different view of the transfer window, and I thought we were gonna go in mad because I felt like we needed to have a big summer because I'm just thinking about the Champions League. I'm thinking about the rotation. I'm thinking about the squad depth. And even though there are numbers there, sometimes there's not much quality in them areas. So I'm just kind of wary in it as to what next season brings. So, you know, it was a conversation that we had yesterday. And I think for me, one thing that we are unanimous in, there is still time left for Ineos to kind of salvage the window and get some more players in. Now, whether time keeps ticking and we start to keep on being on a Mandem Talk and we're still here and signing, that's a whole different conversation. You feel me? So I just wanted to bring questions and get some answers, man. That's all it was. And yeah, man, you start us off, Quick Baller, man. How you feeling right now? We've got two signings in, Tielemans and Santos. They're so far seen as good signings. We still need more. What do you think? Is it been a poor window? Is it been a good window? Or is it one of them in between?
I think it's still in between because we're still waiting to see what happens with the next midfielder. So it's not, I wouldn't say it's a poor window. I think they're a very good profile, seeing as now I think we're discovering a bit more how Carrick wants to play. So I think when the transfers first happened, I think it was kind of a shock to everyone else because it's like, oh, we've missed out on, you know, these other players, etc., because we don't really know. We just know that they're good midfielders individually. But then, obviously, having seen, you know, Andre Santos play, having seen how Manchester United seem to want to play, I think it depends on how you're looking at it, because I know you're not happy with it, but most people have seen that and are like, yeah, that's a very good signing in Andre Santos. Obviously, we're still waiting for Yuri Tielemans to play. We still have to consider, you know, Bruno Fernandes, Kobe Mainoo to come back in there. Mason Mount, obviously, you know, fill the spot, so to speak. But by themselves, are they great? No, because we know that we need the midfield is the most important area in terms of balance of the whole team. So the anticipation for the next player is obviously the biggest thing. So I don't want to conclude yet when I know that there's still time to sign a player. But so far, looking at the window, you know, I mean, like if you're looking at the players that other teams have played for, they might have been their first transfer targets, yes, but then if you're saying that you got Yuri Tielemans for 35 million, I can't necessarily complain because Bruno G and Yuri Tielemans, is there really a big gap? The truth is no. That's the honest truth.
Agreed.
So I'm not going to be there
Different
saying,
profiles,
though. I'm disappointed. Sorry?
Different profiles, but I hear your point, though.
Yeah, but in terms of that, where they play on the field, it's more or less the same. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's more or less the same. Obviously, Bruno G is probably a bit more up and down, you know, more box to box than Yuri Tielemans. But in terms of quality on the ball, I can't really complain with it. But again, it just depends on on who we're going for next. And at this point in time, for being real, we don't really know. We don't really know. So I can't complain. I'm not going to get angry and upset yet. I have to wait and see. Because so far, Ineos, they seem to have done a decent job. But my only concern is that they don't seem to want to spend for the player, even if the player is necessary. They have to basically be the ones to say he's the right price. But if the other team says, listen, he's this price, that's a bit scary because Ineos don't look like they want to splash anything. Because right now, they don't look that ambitious. But again, we have to wait and see who they can get and who they're buying. So I'm not overly disappointed, but I'm not overly happy either. I'm kind of in between.
The thing is, yeah, that point there where you made there about like the window, I think at the start of the window, you've got a bit of kind of leverage, or not even leverage, but I think you've got a bit of understanding that, you know what, you don't have to spend 85 on Mateus Fernandez or 116 on Anderson because you can feel like you can get better value, which they've done that. But I don't think you can have that logic for every single signing, though. Like, for example, the Lewis Hall one, you can't have that logic for Lewis Hall because he's just kind of I wouldn't say anomaly, but when you look at left backs that can slot into a team, he's almost that guy. So it's like, for me, it's like you go and spend that 60 million because it's like, I don't think there's a better left back in the league right now than Lewis Hall at the current market we're in right now. You know what I mean? There's talks of Robinson, but he's injury prone. And when you look at the kind of country and other leagues, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. There's gonna be almost like we're all gonna be like, yo, I like him, I don't like him. Whereas everyone knows Lewis Hall universally, we all agree he's cold. Like, he's literally the guy. So that's where I kind of like, I hear you on the start, but I do believe that some things you just gotta buy, man. They're worth it. Do you know what I'm trying to say, bro? They're literally bona fide starting player for the next 5 to 6 years. I'm not gonna say 10 years.
I actually agree with that point. Obviously, I might say 70 million is a bit more, but I actually agree on that point in the sense where when I'm looking at how Carrick plays, I feel like the fullbacks are going to be so important because a lot of his game is very centralized, isn't it? So yeah. I feel like the outlets are very important. So somebody like Lewis Hall is directly into the team and you know what you're going to get from him. And obviously it brings a bit more equilibrium on both sides. You get more balance in terms of the attacks. You know what I'm saying? So obviously when I look at him, I'm like, yeah, like I know Lewis Hall, what I'm going to get from him. Are we really going to be like, oh, this and that about the amount? Not really, because I feel like he would just have that direct impact anyway. And I think, again, on that side with the overlapping and, you know, the intensity that he plays at, it will be very important to actually sign fullbacks or at least sign a left back that will be able to do that. So on that point, I definitely would be like, yeah, get him in because I think Carrick needs that. Like, he actually needs that with the style that he's going to play. He needs his fullbacks to be up and down and be able to be aggressive, at least when they attack and when they defend. If he doesn't have that, it's going to affect him a lot, you know, and I would go for Lewis Hall 100%. But again, you know, we don't know how it works. And like I said, they seem to want to tighten up their pockets when it comes to certain players. So I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't seem like they want to spend the money, like if they have it, but let's wait and see. We know they've got money because they've obviously sold players and that. But at the same time, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but obviously they've shown how Manchester United spend after they get in the Champions League in the last few years and that. I don't know if that's a thing where they're just continuing on from that, but I don't know. I don't buy that.
That's nonsense. That was under. If they're looking at the Glazers stuff, cool. They can say once the Glazers get Champions League, they spend less, bro. Like, football operations are run completely different now. So bringing up old shit doesn't really make sense, bro. Like, it makes no sense, bro. Again, it's agenda driven, bro. So that can just take the back seat.
Rance, would you say, if Ineos do the same this summer, because like I said, it's remained to be seen, would you then put it in that category if it continues in the way the windows happen so far?
I don't think it's got nothing to do with Champions League. I think these men know that they want to spend a certain amount of money on certain players, period. Like, it's not like we're compromising quality, because we're not, because we've signed 2 very good players for good prices. So if they were signing shit players for cheap, then I would have an issue, but they're signing good players for cheap. Like, when would I ever have an issue with that? So if they decide they don't want to spend 70 million on Lewis Hall and they go get a left back for 35 million that can do the same job, I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain.
When you say do the same job though, one thing I will say is that you see Luke Shaw, yeah. So we signed him in 2014, and we signed 4 left backs since. So we've signed Alex Tellez, Malacia, and I believe Dorgu. Whether your opinion,
Dorgu was
I'm not
signed
even
as a
get,
wing back in a different
yeah,
system.
I'm not,
but
yeah,
I hear you.
exactly. So,
Well,
so that's what 3 players or 2 players. When you count into that, and my whole thing is that if you go and spend this money on Lewis Hall, is that you don't have to spend money on this left back situation again for a long period of time, because he's 22 years old and
I agree.
the upside is there. Rather than you go and spending, let's say, 35 million on Robinson or 30 million on Robinson, you're gonna have to replace him within 2 years.
Yeah, but it might not be Robinson, because people could have used the same argument for Anderson. Nuruddin would have said, "Oh, just spend 100 million. He's worth it. He'll be at the club for 10 years." We got Santos, who's better than him, and he costs fucking 48 million. So again, like saying we can just spend the money because man's going to be here for 10 years. Yeah, that's cool. That we could use that example for a few positions. We could use that example for a centre back if we want to buy a replacement for Alessandro or Harry Maguire. It doesn't guarantee anything, bro. Like if you can get a good player for a good price, then you get a good player for a good price. Like I don't really care, bro. Like I'm not hung up on names, bro. I'm not hung up on names at all. I just want the right profile. That's it. I want the right profile, bro. Like, in all honesty, left back is not a position that I think is very, very difficult to find players, bro. Let's be honest. Like, central midfield is one of the most competitive areas on the pitch. At left back, bro, like I did this with Saeed yesterday. I said, bro, name me the top 5 left backs in the world. He couldn't name me anyone outside Nuno and Cucurella, because, bro, left back is any position, yeah, that if you get a good footballer that understands the game, they can play there. You don't have to be an absolute worldie to be a good left back, bro. I think Arsenal got Enquiries for 34 million. He ended up being a good signing for them. 34 million, bro. And he was on loan last season, bro. So you don't need to spend 70 million to get a good left back.
No, but then you also...
would you have the same stance for every player, though? Like in terms of the profile? Like, would you have the same stance? Or are there some players you would look at and say, you know what, get him. Like, get this guy?
It depends. It depends on what position, bro. Like, for me, if I'm buying a match winner, I'll pay big dough, you know, if I'm getting a match winner, because bro, they're match winners. It's a left back, bro. Like I'm gonna be real. Like if we're talking about Man United going in for like Erling or something like that before he went to Man City, and we needed a striker, and man said, "Oh nah, we're not gonna buy Erling. Yeah, man, we'll save money and go get fucking what's that idiot Brazilian at Brentford,
Thiago.
Yeah, we're gonna save money and get him. Then I'll be going mad. You know what I was there like, but." It's for me, it's about quality. It's not about price. It's not about name, bro. If you get me a quality player, I don't care how much they cost.
Yeah, but this is what I think. Hall is that he's got that quality in him. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel he's that level of quality in someone that we shouldn't really be missing out on. I'm happy with signing Tielemans and Santos. I think
are you missing out on somebody, if they're not for sale?
But hear this though. The reason why I say they're not for sale now is because we've allowed it to go this long, where they've sold Tonali, they sold Anthony Gordon, they sold Bruno Guimaraes. So now to go and get Hall is going to be a mad thing, because I don't see them. He's a Newcastle lad as it is, and to sell 4 key players in one window, it's possible, but now we've given ourselves less of a chance to do so. Would you agree with that? No.
Yes, I know, because when I look at him, yeah, like you said, he's a local guy. He's young as well. Do you know what I'm saying? You look at Bruno G. He all but forced the move. He's 29 years old. He's like, you know what? This club's going downhill, bro. I want to go play football somewhere before I retire. Do you know what I mean? Understandable. Sandro Tonali pretty much forced his way out the club as well. He wanted to leave. And the Anthony Gordon deal was done before the season was over. Remember, Gordon was in fucking Spain speaking Spanish, and bro, there was football still being kicked.
Yeah, so, no, he went early.
Yeah, that deal got done quick. Yeah. So Newcastle already had 200 million in the bank before anyone could blink. So we never really, you get me? Like no one never really had a heads up on going to Newcastle anyway. So like I said, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We don't know, innit? We don't know at all. Man could have spoken to Lewis Hall and he could have said, yeah, I'm open to come in, but I'm not going to force a move. A man said, all right, cool, we'll keep an eye on that. We really don't know what's going on. But the truth is, even someone like a Lewis Skelly or something like that, who's out of favour at Arsenal, that's played at left back, I'd have him at left back. Do I think he's better than Lewis Hall? No, I don't. But do I think that he can't give us different things that Lewis Hall maybe can't? I think he can. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just, it is what it is. I just want good players, bro.
I think Lewis Skelly is gonna be bred. Do you know what I'm saying?
Nah, he wouldn't be no 70, bro. He don't play.
I reckon. I say
He'll
be cheaper than Lewis Hall, bro.
70 is the new 40. I don't think 70 million in this market is a lot of money.
No,
But
not for him.
I keep on saying the Premier League is the Super League of the Premier League is the Super League of European football. There is no other league where a promoted team can outspend the top 10 in all other European leagues. It's unheard of the amount of money that's in the Premier League. When we talk about signings in the Premier League, especially at a stature and a club of Man United that bring in the big end of money in the Premier League, money should not be.
G went for 75. How can 70 be the new 40?
Money should not be. Listen, money should not be the conversation. Money should not be a conversation. Anytime, listen, when we talk, like I said again, when a promoted team can outspend the top 10 in other European leagues, it tells you that the Premier League is the Super League of money, and we should not be talking about money. We should be talking about profiles and player cohesion in terms of, does that player fit the squad? And if Man United want the player, they should go for him. If they don't think he's good enough, that's something else. If someone looks at Lewis Hall and says, you know what, I think we can get better elsewhere, I will agree with that. But once you start talking about money, that's an issue, because on average, Man United spend £250 million every summer. You can easily, and on average, we only buy 4 players. So you can easily spend 100 million on a player and still pick up 3 other players for 50 million and hit your 250 million spent, if that's what you want to do. But it shouldn't be a money issue. It should only be based on talent, and if you think that this is the right player for the squad. And if you don't, then you keep it moving. But we're sitting here talking about that's too expensive. It's not about money. If Man United are allowing us to think it's about money, we've lost our minds.
But I think in a way,
when we were spending money and it wasn't working, you man was still crying. So
it's not about money, Rants. You know why? Because it was misprofiling players. It was Listen, like you will agree, spending example 85 million on a winger that you think is worth it is not a problem. Misprofiling the winger who like Anthony, who was available in that same window for 40 million and then spending double, that's the problem. But we've been led to believe now we have Vavell, we have Wilcox, we have a structure, we have people who are identifying players who we can trust with the finances. Again, if we're going to spend 250 million this window, as we have in previous 4 windows, then you identify which players you want to buy. I don't think it should be a money issue. Like if you think Lewis Hall is the player and you've got like 3 fullbacks that you've looked at and you think you can go and get him, if you can't get him, you go down the list. That's not an issue. But we can't say that. It's an example like Tielemans. Everyone says Tielemans is the guy. He's similar to Bruno G, etc. I would say even if he wasn't 35 million and he was 70 million this window and he's the guy you've identified, spend the 70 million or 80 million on Tielemans if you think he's that guy. Don't sit there and say, I will only get him if he's 35 and if he's 70, too much. Is he the guy or is he not the guy?
It's a fair point in terms of what United want for the right price, isn't it? And this is the thing, though. You're not going to be in the market and get the player for the right price all the time. You've got to be able to allow that wriggle room to be like, you know what, cool. He's out of our range, but is he worth it? Is he someone that can slot in that team?
No one out of our range. There's no player in the world outside of Man United.
But you just said, the Premier League's a Super League and the bottom teams can outspend this, that, and exactly, which means a lot of these teams don't have to sell, blood. Do you know what I'm saying?
I agree with you. I'm just saying they might not want to come around.
Brentford and they have to give you their player, or Bournemouth, they
have to give you their player. Bournemouth are telling man
95 million for Alex Scott because they don't need to sell, bro.
If a player doesn't want to sell, you move on. But don't make it a financial problem because there's no player that Man United can't buy. And we're seeing that with other teams. Like they're spending money because we're in a Super League. This is $1 billion industry. Like we're being fooled to believe that Man United that bring in some of the biggest funds in world football are the ones that can't afford players. It's a joke. I get if it's a player profiling thing and you don't rate the player, but I don't think we should be talking about finances at all when it comes to spending. We have a budget. You spend, especially when the context is that
but if we don't budget, Musa, and we want a certain number of players. Certain man was saying,
it's 4. We never. No, it's never 5 or 6. That's a myth.
Million on
but that's a myth, though. The myth, that's a myth. We're only going to bring in 4 players. We know it. It's always 4 or 5. And if you've got 250 million to bring in 4 or 5 players, it's easily done. Even now, if I gave you 250 million, which we normally spend, and we spend 85 million now on 2 midfielders, we still got the best part of 100 and something to go and get in the other 2 players. Like, we could easily have spent, for example, 75 on Bruno G and 70 on Lewis Hall. That's 140 million on 2 players who are playing football at the highest level, who you've identified to be the players to get you to the next level. I don't think when people are spending like 120 on Elliot and you pick up 2 for 140, it's a madness. It's not really that deep.
Big up Rhino. I don't know if you wanted to rebuttal that, Rance, because I know Musa might have said something, but did you want to rebuttal something there?
No, I'm just saying, when you're saying that certain men are spending 120 and we're spending 140 on 2, their whole thing is it's not about what man are spending. It's about the business that we're doing. Like man said, man's not going to let certain man dictate the market. And that's what man have done, bro.
I agree with you,
bro,
right?
we should have never been able to
One
get a Santos for 48 million, bro. The quality of a Santos, the age, the quality, the experience, under 20 Brazil captain, all of these things. We got him for 48 million from within the Premier League, bro. Like, it's not, when man say this is the market, like, Bruno Guimaraes is in his prime, 29 years old, captain of Newcastle, 75 million Arsenal got him for. So, Lewis Hall at 70 million at 21, like, bro, like, that looks mad. 70 million can't be the new 40 because Bruno G is not a 40 million pound player. Like, he's at the higher end because you're getting the finished article. You're getting an experienced player that comes into your team. There's going to be
context on maybe how you... Yeah, there's going to be...
No, but I'm just saying, man have to look at it that way, bro. It's like, he's a very good player.
But with the Bruno G, there's going to be context. I told you, I agree with you saying the team doesn't want to sell, move on. You know what? The players playing hard to get. I agree with everything. The part that I get stuck on is when we start talking about finances. I think that's the biggest trick. Because there isn't a play that we can't within our bracket because...
But we have to talk about it because if
that's a trick because we're in $1 billion industry.
Musa, you might have to come in and out, Musa.
Yeah.
You know,
we want to bring in
Musa's
multiple
mic
players,
is mad.
and also we want to build a structure. We want to build a structure and a squad, that keeps producing, bro. This is the reason why a man in the chat said we just announced this Colombian youth or something like that. This 17-year-old, he's gonna go into the youth team as well. They're building up the youth team. We brought in the youth from Spurs as well. We brought in the youth from Spurs this window, which is a similar signing to an Aiden Heaven signing. And when Aiden Heaven came in, it was proper under the radar. I never thought I was going to see that youth last season. We brought him in and I thought he's going straight in the youth team. He ain't going to play. Lo and behold, you get me? So far this season, in this window, they've brought in Santos Tielemans. Obviously, they got the goalkeeper to replace Bayinde, and they brought in that youth as well. And they've just announced this youth. So they're building multiple different things at the same time. So there's clearly a long-term strategy in place, innit?
Yeah.
So I'm not just going to say, all right, cool, slap 150 on.
Yo, Vinny agreed new contract in Madrid, by the way.
They might know better than me.
What is Gara, Gara? Is that Gara?
Yeah, hold that, Arsenal.
Vinny Bomba.
What's happening?
Vinny agreed Madrid contract.
Oh, but that was always happening anyway.
Yeah, man.
That was always happening anyway. But I just think that, I think too many people are looking more so at what everyone else is doing instead of looking at what we're doing, and this is where the comparisons are coming from. Yeah. If the window closes and we don't bring in any players, then I'll be the first to crash it on what these men are doing. But for the last 2 summers, like their hit and miss rate, bro, they've been hitting. Like, it's the reality. The last 2 windows, in terms of what we've got out of it, are 2 of the best windows that I've seen in a very, very long time in terms of how the squad's being rebuilt. Like, we're in the best possible situation now, in a long time going into the season where I feel like, right, we can hold our own, blood. And even when we had fucking that window and man are seeing the Sanchos, the Pogbas and the CR7s and that, brother, I was less confident then, in them man going out and getting results than I am with these lot, bro. And it's not even the same team.
You know when you say we've had 2 good windows, I kind of have to disagree on the first window that they had. If we're keeping it a stack, so Lenny Yoro was part of that window. And so far, the jury's out with him. He's a great young talent, don't get me wrong. But he still hasn't proved yet that he has what it takes to be at Manchester United, if we're keeping it real.
That's your opinion. I disagree with that wholeheartedly.
Well, is the jury out from your perspective, quickly, just so I know?
Yeah, it is his perspective. It is.
Has Lenny Yoro been a success so far at Manchester United?
He's 20 years old, though.
Bro, he's young.
But you didn't ask how old he was.
You're missing what I'm saying. I'm not saying.
Looking at Lenny Euro.
No, he didn't. I'm just mentioning a factor. You know what I mean?
Looking at Lenny Euro, I'm thinking that he hasn't been a success is mad, bro.
He hasn't yet. He hasn't yet.
I think buying for that amount of money is about to say.
All right, cool. Next one, bro.
All right, cool. We spent 64 million on him, yeah? All right, cool. So we got Matthias de Ligt. For me, he's been good, but he's been injury prone, right? Is that correct, or am I wrong saying that?
Injury prone.
And then we have Manuel Ugarte, who's been absolutely horrific, in my opinion, horrific signing. Yeah. Then we have Xerxes. Again, he's a good player, but he hasn't necessarily hit the heights yet at Manchester United. Yeah. And then we have Mazzari, who's I think is a good player. So for me personally, that first window, there's still question marks of whether that was a success or not.
I don't.
Can I say something quickly though?
I don't agree on that based on.
Most of them, but Rants, but most of them man were under Ruben though.
But this is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm saying. You know I don't agree with it based on who the manager was, because that's crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? Xerxes a good footballer, whether it's worked out or not. Mazraoui's a good footballer.
Yeah.
De Ligt's a good footballer. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Yoro's a good footballer. Ugarte is not. That's it.
Yeah, Ugarte he stinks. Yeah.
That's 1 out of 5.
Also, if most of them were fit, we'd be saying like something different. Like you mentioned, De Ligt. Obviously, when he got injured last season, he was our best centre back as well. So
yes, he was.
Exactly.
He was, and it was visible that when he was missing. So again, 4 good footballers out of 5. I'll give them a blind for that.
Just because they're good footballers, yeah, and it hasn't worked out at our club though. So regardless of them being good footballers, what
do you mean it hasn't worked out?
Because Yoro's story,
is just starting. De Ligt
agreed.
Has been a positive. Yeah, he got injured, but when he's played, he's been our best defender, so it's worked out. Mazraoui, quality player, it's worked out. He's helped us a lot, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's worked out. His
but you know what I think the angle he's coming from?
Has helped the football club massively.
I know what he's trying to say.
Yeah, I think he's coming from the angle that if we were offered money for every single one of those players, most people will take it.
What do you mean most people? Who's most people?
If we were offered, for example, if we were offered £50 million right now for Lenny Euro so we can go and get someone else who's ready, most people would say yeah. I'm just saying.
I'm not selling Euro.
I believe most people will sell.
I'm not selling Mazraoui. I'm not selling them.
I believe the fat man was ready to sell Kobe. They will definitely sell Euro off the back of what he done.
It wasn't man here though.
No,
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying us, man. No, I'm not saying us, man. I'm saying the general. As a group,
but we don't speak for the general though. So Musa, that's crazy.
But we know what's going on outside.
No, but you know this already.
You know what's going on outside.
The thing is, I think it comes down to like this summer. The past summers is gone, Mandem. Like we can talk about the past summers all you want, but it's about this season going to next season. And so far, we are still sure. And the key word is so far. Now people are saying
they've got one baller that I think they had no business buying, and that's Ugarte. No business.
Yeah.
Like, there was no business.
But we're like 70%.
That's not the measurement. That's not the measurement. Just because it's like I said.
But it is, bro. Because if somebody makes a decision, based on decent foresight, and it doesn't work out, I can say, you know what? I can see you're working out, bro. The Ugarte, I can't see the working out with the Ugarte thing because man can't kick ball, bro.
But at the same
Rants, you can be a good footballer and it not work out. Go on, Coop.
Yeah, I was gonna say in regards to what you were saying. At the same time, don't you think like our fan base is a tad bit too harsh in terms of the recruitment of like players and Ineos? Because when you look at other teams, they mess up with a lot of players as well. You can even talk about
Man United, though, isn't it?
Yeah, we rinse them for that. We rinse them for that.
But all I'm saying
we don't.
If you're getting like one,
we rinse them. Come on.
No, you don't, Musa, bro.
So many players.
And then man,
no, but you can talk about that. You can talk about that, but you're advocating for the revolving door at Chelsea, blood.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm talking about man like Quenda, I big up Quentin, Caicedo, Enzo. Like I like those signings when they come through the door.
But they didn't work out, but people get grace. Other people get grace, innit?
And Rants, and also what Musa's doing right there is you're judging the player now instead of judging what's actually happened. So it's the same thing you're trying to.
No, but listen,
did Caicedo on that? What did they do? Do you get what I mean? When we're cussing Bruno and we're saying Man United came 15th,
so when they were picking up trophies,
you know what I mean? So we have to play Caicedo.
Listen. Let's get back to topic because let's get back to topic.
I think what I'm saying is a key thing anyway, because I think what Shells is trying to say is that realistically, in terms of like fitness and certain things, there's a certain measurement that he's looking at and thinking, raw, was this window really that great, or was it just okay kind of thing? So maybe it feels like the window's being propped up a little bit, but when you actually look at the circumstances, but I think there's mitigating ways. You can look at it in different ways, but the fact Ruben was in charge, I think, plays a big part, because Musa was talking about Kobe. Some of the fan base actually started to believe Kobe's slow. He's our worst player. He's the one. You know what I mean?
The Casemiro narrative as well. Don't forget that, please.
This is what Ruben done.
Hey, listen, he scored an own goal already in the MLS, bro. I know what I was talking about. So,
no, right. Mr. Ineos, Rhino, chat to me. Yeah?
Don't deflect.
Hey, don't do that. That's
No,
Mr. Rhino, it's Mr. Ineos already. Here we go.
The ideals in here. The ideals.
It's agendas, bro.
The CEO. I need to be.
Smoke screens.
Let me chat to the CEO. Yeah, CEO, Rhino, because I chatted to Rance yesterday, yeah. So I'm coming to you, like.
Yeah, go on.
The window is 3 weeks. The season is 2 weeks away, yeah. It's 2.5 weeks away.
Yep.
My frustrations are very clear.
Yeah.
I come into the
I've seen
summer.
your videos. I watch.
Yeah. You see, my situation is very, very clear. Manchester United are in for a big season. Yeah. This is a big season.
You and Shells together.
Champions League.
I'm watching the Mandem. You get me?
Yeah. Come on, man. It's all love. 3 games a week. We have 3 games a week. Carrick has done an immense job. I want Carrick to succeed, by the way. Carrick has done an immense job. There are holes in this team which are glaring, are positions that we need to get. The window is fast approaching to be closing, right? United are not in a blessed position right now to delegate and be in charge of the market because of the time, right? Do you understand where me and maybe Musa, maybe a couple others are frustrated? People saying I'm panicking. There's buzzwords right now. Panicking. I'm not panicking.
You're
frustrated.
panicking, bro.
Of course you're panicking.
Whatever you want to say.
Of course you're panicking.
Okay. If you think I'm panicking,
Mandem,
cool.
guns down. Trust me, we got this. We got this.
But Rhino, I'm frustrated because I don't believe right now we are prepared for the season. And yes, you can say there's time left, but we are here week after week after week, and the same thing gets regurgitated. It's wait. So that's copium on your side, bro. You can say I'm panicking.
Your opinion, but
copium. No.
So he's copium because he disagrees with you. What kind of narrative is this?
The shop's about to shut. The shop's about to shut in 20 minutes.
Panicking, but you're coping right now. That's
you haven't
that's how we're starting this.
What is
that? It's 27 days. We're counting it down, bro. It's not
27.
70% of the wind is gone. That's what we're looking at. We're looking at what's gone. 70%.
Can I tell you something?
I'm gonna give you an analogy. Yeah, right. I'm gonna give you an analogy.
I've got one for you as well.
Before you come in.
Yeah. Go.
You're about to go to the corner shop. Yeah. You're about to go to the corner shop. Yeah. With a bag full of shopping. When the Mandem told you, the boss man told you, you got 5 minutes left. And you're going to the shop with a bag of shopping need to be done. Explain to me how we're gonna get it done and what's happening next. I
can't lie. Do you know what? That's interesting because I go through that in real life. I'm on the last minute thing. Like, you feel me? I've got 5 minutes left. I'm doing the little, what's that sweepstakes? That old school show they used to show. You had to go and get the shopping quick. Supermarket sweep. So
that's OG,
sometimes under pressure, things happen. Before Dillit scored that last minute goal, we thought we lost that game. You get me? So sometimes
you're definitely forgetting the vital. By the time you get home, you forgot toothpaste. You're forgetting the vital. I know what time it is. I know what time.
The most important stuff, and I get extra. And the boss man saying, "Boss, we're closed." I'm like, chill. Sometimes you have to scan the alcohol first because after 12, it's not going to scan. Cool. I'll scan that and I'm coming back. Sometimes you can speak to them, So you know what it is, guys. I'm not even here to just argue with the Mandem and say, "Bro, you are not." you lot are wrong for, you know, feeling a bit anxious and worried and stuff like that. But this whole thing just goes to difference of opinion. I've just got a bit more patience. Yes, I can be concerned. I am a bit concerned. I'm human, you know, but until the window closes, I can't speak. Because last season we had a long gap like this. I remember. I wish I did my research so I can pinpoint the exact transfers that happened and when they happened. But we had a long gap. This season is a bit weird now because of the fact that the whole narrative is we don't know what's going on. And I can't see why people might not believe that. They might think, maybe nothing's going on. That's what we don't know now. But from what we've seen so far, we don't know what's going on and we always get surprised. And that's why I even said I was in another group chat, I was saying, you know what, I'm going to stop listening to all these little mini journalists. Until Ornstein or even Fabrizio say anything, I'm not even listening. Because there's too much noise. Way too much noise. Bruv, there was a possibility of Vinny going to Arsenal. But then at the same time, look at all the noise. Then he didn't go. Then when that happens to United, United always get used to bump up their contracts. So do Arsenal, so do Chelsea, so do flipping Barcelona, Real Madrid. You get me? So I can understand why the Mandem are a bit worried. And I am too, believe me. But I'm just thinking, you know what? Until the whistle's gone, when they say don't stop to blow the whistle, bro, until I hear that whistle, if I fouled you and the ref hasn't blown it, I'm carrying on. Even though certain men are standing still, they're lacking to me. The whistle ain't gone. If I score, that's a goal. You get me? So till the whistle goes, I'm not. And
how many positions do you want, by the way? Because I don't know how many positions.
I'm still under. We need another midfielder and a left back.
And then the window for you's done.
I'll say 2.
Oh, 3.
I'll say 2.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Because that was the rumor, 5-6 signings. I remember that. That was proper document. Yep. So I'm anticipating 5. You get me? People like Le Mans and that came in last minute. Look at him now. So what I've seen, because everyone chats shit about this Tielemans thing. Like, it's actually shit. It's bullshit.
Saeed did. You can name it. You can say his name.
Again, you got me wrong. You got me wrong. I said
it's bullshit.
No, because you know what it is with Tielemans, yeah? You still need to blend what we've got right now to a player that can balance for what we've got.
But
that's what I said.
What you did is
you posted a negative video, Saeed. Don't lie now. We saw the video.
You know what?
We saw the video.
No, hold on. Did I say Tielemans was a bad player? Did I say Tielemans was a bad player? Did I say he wasn't technical? Did I not say he was going to improve our squad? But what I did say...
That's not what I said either. I said you posted a negative video. You did that. Like, there's nothing to argue when it's the truth.
That's your opinion.
It's not your belief. The whole world saw it.
Hold on a minute. So what do you opinions now? Hold on a minute. So now we're doing negative opinions. Hold on a minute.
Your mic has to stop working again.
I stop you.
Nice negative.
No, you don't do the same thing then. You don't do the same thing then.
No, I'm asking you.
The impression that I give off is I come across as an Ineos bootlicker.
No,
that's your opinion, no?
But the thing is,
I'm learning from the best. That's your opinion.
Rhino, you know their agendas, bro. The agendas, bro.
It's not gender.
You man are testing my touch and getting the ball straight back, and you don't know what to do. That's what's happening, bro.
No, but what's happening is you've got time. The thing is, right now, I think the time right now is something that you're holding on to, which is fair enough. Yeah, the time is relevant. Yeah, that's.
Is that bad though? Is that bad in your opinion? Do you feel like?
I think it's for me.
No, Sai, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go on.
Do you feel like a part of you just thinks, nah, man, why is these man believing the time thing? Like, what's wrong with them? Like, doesn't it concern you?
Yes, it does. I think that is a part of me that
it concerns you that we want to give more time
because we're getting to the situation at the end, and it's like, oh shit, man, the roof's leaking. You know, why didn't I sort that out ages ago? You've got to that situation. You're like, hold on a minute, why have you not done that? It's preparation, and also if we've just seen now that Man United are not willing to pay 60 million for Lewis Hall,
how do we know though? How do we know that? How do we know?
Broski.
We know everything else right now.
Same way we know for a midfielder, we take that as gospel. My thing is, the signs right now indicate that Manchester United aren't willing to spend that amount of money on that player. Because at the end of the day, if Sander Berge, if Lewis Hall and Sander Berge were available as they were.
This is what I don't understand. When the Belabor news came in, we was all gassed, but we looked into the reality of it. So you man pick and choose to say that the Anderson thing was us getting rejected and we was really catting when the reality of it was we was never really going to get him. So for that, you lot will switch the narrative.
I made it
when
clear.
It's now,
Rhino.
all this other stuff it's so Garrett.
Man United was on standby for Anderson. We was on standby.
The Rhino one, I was happy. No, hold on, Rhino. Before I let everyone get in their opinion, I was happy for Man United to move away from Anderson and Mateus Fernandes, if they had a plan to go and get in players that they thought was better value for money.
And they did, and you complained. What are you talking about?
No, hold on a minute.
They did. They sent two midfielders
and triggering a 35 million pound
you didn't get what you wanted. That's the issue.
We're talking about
underwhelmed.
that I need. Broski, you got to remember, we
underwhelmed. Two players that were better than the players that we
hold on a minute.
That's crazy.
And another thing as well is,
all this Santos is better. Santos is better than who ran? So who's he better than?
What do you mean?
Why does it matter? Why does it matter? Why does it matter?
I was even going to go there.
Who's he better than? No, because he said that they're better than the two players that we were going to sign. Who's he better than?
Hold on. That's what I think as well.
Listen, this is pre-season. Are we back on pre-season? Are we back on this pre-season stuff,
brother?
Where we see man ball out.
When we signed
all I want to say is this:
when we signed Santos, I had the biggest smile on my face because I knew the player that we was signing, bro. A lot of men didn't know. A lot of men were chatting rubbish because obviously they hadn't seen what he done at Strasbourg, and when he was playing for Chelsea, he was playing well. He just have to compete with 220 million pound midfielders, so he wasn't playing.
No, that was better than him.
This guy, you know.
Now players that were better than him, he had to compete with.
Man started gassing Fernandes, yeah. Three months before the end of the season. The start of the season, no one was talking about him, but this is what Twitter does, isn't it? The algorithm.
You know what Fernandes has on Santos, what he doesn't have.
Hold on, Musa.
You know what?
It goes from we can get him or João Gomez for 45 million market opportunity to pay 85 million. That's where it goes from. 1 minute it's a good deal because he's cheap. Next minute he's a world beater.
Nah, this is crazy.
No, but listen, remember what I said to you, Rance,
there's two teams with relegation players, one team, but he's a relegated side. But now all of a sudden that
all I said is this.
When you're narrative changes, like, nah, man.
Football's about narrative.
If you're not feeling a player and you want to divert, I respect it. But when we look at the facts are this. No, but the facts are this. I've seen the game. No, listen. As a profile and someone who is expected but we haven't seen it yet in a full season. Santos hasn't played 38 games in the Premier League or 30 games straight and started and has been relied upon to be the main person in any team so far in his career. Are we saying that he's crap? He's this, is that? No. But what we're saying, looking at players. No, what I'm saying, we're looking at players who are staples. Listen, I'm saying is, we're looking at players who are staples of their side. Whether you rate them or not, they were staples. We've seen them play 2 seasons in a row as staples in their sides and to their side.
Hold on, Musa. But you and Nuruddin were the same brother saying go and get a Sangare and all these things. This brother was captain in
I didn't say get it. I'm just saying that you're saying he's better than. I mean, we haven't seen enough for you to just say he's better than because of pre-season.
You'll see in the season.
He is better than.
Wait, 1 second.
No. For argument's sake, he's not.
Yeah, exactly. Now, hold on a minute. You know what it is, yeah? This is funny because a lot of you, man. Hold on a minute. A lot of you, man, in here, would never have said Santos is better than Anderson, but we're linked with Anderson. None of you, man. Maybe Rance's on his own, but none of you, man, would have said Santos was better than Anderson. Let's keep it up. Now, hold on a minute.
Mateus Fernandes. The way man rated Mateus Fernandes when he was coming through the door to now.
Brother, I like Mateus Fernandes. Mateus Fernandes' profile is not the same as Santos' profile. It's not the same.
Would you say it?
No, I'm with you, right? Listen.
About Anderson throughout the season, bro. You know this, bro.
Anderson was not Musa. It was fucking Nuruddin's guy, bro. Nuruddin was about to remortgage the gap.
Nuruddin was the only one on Anderson. Nuruddin was on Anderson. The only person's corner I'm fighting is Mateus Fernandes because they're different midfielders. But I won't just sit here and say that Santos is better than him. Like it's normal, like it's argued.
Let's get everyone's opinion, by the way. I want everyone
controlling that game.
Let's share the mic. Let's share the mic, by the way.
He's not.
Let's share the mic. Let's share the mic around.
Go on.
I just don't know.
Yeah, let's share the mic around. Stop it and
I just don't know what relevancy does that have when it comes to what the manager wants and what the recruitment team wants. Just because we didn't sit here and name every name that we potentially signed this summer or last summer or the summer before, it doesn't mean that they didn't want him. They're not sitting with us here on Mandem Talk discussing who should we sign and then they're going to do it in their operations. If the gaffer wanted a profile like Santos, it doesn't matter if I spoke about him, if Rance spoke about him, or Rhino spoke about him, if you spoke about him. The gaffer wanted a certain profile and he got him. I'll be honest, most of us didn't even know he was for sale because he just joined Chelsea. He spent a whole year loan at Strasbourg. So we didn't even know he was for sale.
And he was at Forest before that.
So the point is, if that's what the gaffer wants, then we're just talking about something completely different now. We're talking about what we want versus what the club is going for. Same thing for Tielemans, because Saeed, you're asking that question. Don't forget that you wanted last season Emi Martinez, but then when we went for Le Mans, and you said, yes, you did, and we saw the footage. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I watched that, Saeed. I watched that.
Hold on. This is when we're linked with Martinez only. When Le Mans came in,
that is exactly my point.
No, but hold on.
You were down to get Martinez.
No, but what you're saying is wrong, though. When Le Mans came in, I said, let's get the up and coming, this talent here that we believe could be the next one. So that's why I'm going to correct you on that one.
You were fine getting Martinez, but then when the club went for Le Mans and you trusted him on that, even though no one ever spoke about Le Mans on this channel, probably none of us even knew who Le Mans was.
Never heard of him.
We looked at the signing. And it was good recruitment, and he ended up being decent for us. So just because none of us here were Nostradamus and called it out, it doesn't mean that it wasn't a good signing. The issue that I have with some of the Mandem here is that some of you guys are upset we're not getting the players that you guys want versus what the club wants. And that is the issue. We were talking about we're like, oh, we need midfielders. All right, we need midfielders. None of us sat here and said Tielemans. You know why none of us even said Tielemans? Because none of us in our wildest dreams thought that he was on a release clause for 35 mil. Because let's be honest, if we would have negotiated for him outside of a release clause, he would have cost us like at least 60 million. So when we got him for 35, none of us sat here and said, oh, I called for Tielemans, because no one thought it was doable. But yet again, just because I didn't say let's go get Tielemans doesn't mean that I don't rate Tielemans, and it doesn't mean that they didn't recruit a player in an area that we know we're weak in. Now, you bring that to Lewis Hall. I want Lewis Hall, but who gives a fuck what I want? Because we could pivot off Lewis Hall, go sign a player from another top 5 league, top 6 league, top 7 league.
Hold on.
1 second.
You're United fan.
Saeed, let him land, bro.
Let me land and you're going to get my point. Let me land and I get my point.
Mouthpiece. I want your opinion.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Stop saying that, bro. Stop saying that.
Yes or no?
No, bro, this is a weak argument.
What's this?
That is a weak argument, bro.
Let him land.
Bro, calling me an Ineos mouthpiece is literally a weak argument. Because you just have nothing to say back.
What do you want? Tell what you want.
But that's the point that I'm trying to make, Saeed.
It doesn't matter what we want.
I want Lewis Hall. I like Lewis Hall. But at the end of the day, I'm not running the fucking operations in the club. If the club says, you know what, this deal is not good for us, but we're still going to adjust it with another left back, and they recruit someone properly, then at the end, who's going to give a fuck what I wanted? And that's the point that I'm trying to get to you. We don't all have to get the same players that we all want from the beginning. Every summer we do this where we sit here in April and May and June and talk about the players we all want, and we start naming mad players, and then we end up signing a couple other players that we never spoke about. They end up doing well, and we're like, you know what? Fair enough. The club did well. Who was speaking about Mazraoui 3 seasons ago or 2 seasons ago? Who was talking about De Ligt? That was a signing that came out of nowhere.
Nobody
no one in their wildest dreams said, let's go sign Mazraoui. It's okay to voice your opinion. This is what we're here to do. YouTube is for us to have an opinion. I don't mind Saeed's opinion being different than mine, being different than Musa's, being different than the crowd. My issue is we're crashing out every day when we don't get something that we want. And that is the part that's annoying me. If the club came out and said, we're not signing a left back, bro, sign me up. We're going to go to Ineos right now and we're going to beat them up. Because I don't like that. We need a left back. But they didn't come out and said, we're not getting a left back. They're negotiating for a left back. They're trying to find a proper player to sign in that position that probably isn't overpriced. Because as I said, I want Lewis Hall. I think even if he's overpriced, but the gaffer and the club really want him, sometimes it's acceptable to overspend. I've been saying this for years. Sometimes when you really believe in what you want to do, go ahead and do it, even if it's going to cost you a little bit more. But if we're going to sit here and make a list of 10 players and say, well, that was our first option, we didn't get him. You're talking about the end of the day, if you look at all the players that we wanted and the prices we were quoted, you're spending $1 billion this summer. Who the fuck is spending $1 billion? I'm not spending $100 million on every midfielder I wanted and every fullback I wanted and every winger I wanted. So with 24 or 25 days still left in the summer, I'm not happy with the summer. Let me say this again for the low IQ people who don't want to understand it in the chat. I'm not saying our summer has been amazing, but the fact that there's still 25 more days and none of the targets that we still know that we need have been ruled out and the club said, no, actually, we're not signing no more. There's no reason to crash out. But best believe in 25 days, if we don't get these signings and I sit here and complain, it doesn't mean I'm a flip-flop and it doesn't mean that I'm tracking back and it doesn't mean that I'm standing on business. Yes, it means that I gave it to the last, like Carano said earlier, he's playing the whole 90 minutes. Until that final whistle was blown, he's not panicking. And that's what I'm doing.
Okay, before anyone comes in here, that the logic of when we say like in terms of I want this player versus what the club want. Yeah, for example, this is a dangerous for me element of where we're trying to talk about. But if, for example, Lewis Hall comes in and we all want it, we think he's bona fide starter, he's quality, but then we pivot toward Anthony Robinson. That's the danger of what you're trying to say, Staffy, is that we may want. You might want a player like, for example, Lewis Hall, or I might want to play like Lewis Hall. But imagine now you're saying what Ineos want, or what Ineos want to pivot to is an Anthony Robinson. That's the wrong
logic. Where you getting Robinson from?
From Fulham.
No, but where you getting that name from? You pull it out of a Christmas cracker.
No, hold on a minute. We are linked with Andy Robinson right now.
We've been linked with Araujo. We've been linked with this Spanish left back, the Salinas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. You're pivoting to the wrong idea. This logic of what Ineos want might not be the right thing for the football club.
We haven't signed a single player we've been linked with.
No, I said Ineos and the gaffer. I said Ineos and the manager. That's what I'm saying to you. The reason why I always say, like, what's your opinion? Because I feel like for me, if we have a president here right now, we say, Lewis Hall is the guy. We all then have the common consensus that Lewis Hall is the right fit for Man United, and it should be.
No, but that's just our opinion, bro. Like, bro, Saeed, we're not the recruitment team, and also, loads of men on here have said, we don't know what Carrick's style of players. We don't know. Well, now we're seeing the two players that have been recruited. We know that Carrick wants to play possession football. So, because you don't know exactly how Carrick wants to play, how can you pick players for him? Maybe Carrick wants a specific kind of left back that can deliver a specific thing, and he's looking at names, and it might not be Lewis Hall. I want Adam Wharton at the football club, but we ain't signing him, bro. So I'm not going to crash if the third midfielder is not Adam Wharton, because I'm not fucking recruiting.
I'm not crashing that. I'm just crashing at the logic of pivot away because of what Ineos want to do.
It's not about pivoting away, bro. They will have a list of targets. They'll be trying to see what's feasible. And also, they know how many players they want to sign with the money left over. They know who potentially could leave, who could stay, etc., etc. We don't.
If they recruit a left back that is good enough, Said, why would I care? Why would I care that we didn't get
Whoa.
That's my point.
Whoa, that's what I'm saying. That's a wrong logic.
How is that wrong logic? Because I didn't get what I wanted.
Hold on. So what we doing here? So say for example now, we go and get give me an example of a left back.
And go get me this mad left back from nowhere, and he's cold. I don't give a fuck, bro.
Yeah, but how? But then how do you?
I don't care.
How do you analyze and talk about in a way that defines what's good enough for Man United?
Brother, get someone that's good for the team that's going to help us win games. I don't care what their name is, bro.
But I get that to a certain degree because United have done that with Le Mans and whatnot. So I agree that data and whatnot could be used to go and get that. But there's also a situation where you look at the left back in the market right now and you see a Lewis Hall that's available for 60 to 70 million. And by logic, we as a Man United fan base are unified that he's good enough to play for Man United, and we could have got him this summer. We have the right to feel frustrated because Man United are not pulling the plug to go and get Lewis Hall. It's simple as that. That's how I feel. That's how it should be. Am I lying, Mandem?
If they sign a good left back, why should I care that we didn't get Lewis Hall? That is the question that I'm asking you.
You shouldn't.
I'm saying good players. So if they sign good players that I didn't necessarily call, but they're good players, why am I meant to be upset? Why am I meant to be so entitled that I want certain players, and if we don't get them, I'm hating on it?
That's what
I didn't want Tillemans. They got Tillemans. Tillemans is a good player. I'm happy with it.
We're not saying that stuff.
Why would I crash out?
What we're saying, what we're saying is that we get linked with a player like Lewis by journalists who are in the know-how, and we all respect them in their journalism and what they're saying. We come here and we're more than 80% sure that Man United are looking at Lewis Hall. Is anyone doubted that Manchester United looked at Lewis Hall as an option to bring in? Are we doubting this?
No, we're not, and we're saying that's a good player. All of us want him.
I like the player.
When we look at that, now, and we're saying they've identified him, just like they identified Mateus Fernandes, and then they pivoted to something else, which is not a problem. But when they've identified him, and we look at his pros and cons, and we look at the pros and we think, you know what, he will actually be a good player for us. We have to have an opinion on that. Then we have an opinion that we want that player because we do think that the pro player actually fit. But then when they pivot and then they go and get Santos, we say, no, we get it. But before we knew about the Santos, we are only going on what we knew. What we know now is that Lewis Hall was out. Then we get told, based on the price, that they're going to pivot. So this is why I say, when it's about money, we say, why are you pivoting on price? What are we doing here? Why do we keep on pivoting on price? Like I told you, the $1 billion industry, we're only going to spend or buy about 4 players. It spends normally around, or not next, but Oval spends always around 250. We've only spent so far. Where are we going? That's all we're saying. But if if they go and pull out now a trick and they get a left back like Rance is saying that no one knows of, then we say, so we don't know that. We're only going on what we know. Have we been linked to any other names? Any other names that you lot can use and as an example that we've been linked to Lewis Hall,
we weren't
and then this other name,
and they pivoted twice, and they got quality players.
One second.
No, but until they pivot, we have to look at what's presented in front of us.
I get that, Musa. I'm struggling to get your point a little bit because you made it on money again, and whether you think he's worth the money or not, these are opinions. So I don't have to go back and forth with you here. If you think he's worth the money, that's fine. That's your opinion. But in terms of the player quality, do I think I'm not gonna lie, bro? I discriminate against fullbacks. I think fullbacks are not worth any money that clubs tend to ask for. I think is the least important position on the pitch. So when fullbacks,
of course it is. You can have a makeshift fullback and win the treble, bro.
I saw City win a league with Fabian Delph. It is literally the least talented position on the pitch. Do I think he's worth the money? I think he's a good player.
Bro, you might have an issue with how Staffy articulated it, but I agree to a certain extent, bro.
It is literally the least important position on the pitch.
We saw, listen.
Why is man looking at Lewis Hall? If man don't rate them, don't look at my man.
Hey, bro, O'Reilly's a good footballer.
No, but again, I said I don't rate that position.
Play fullback.
I tell him,
we've seen the other midfielder, Lewis play fullback. We've seen fucking Hall was a fucking midfielder. Lewis Skelly's a midfielder, bro. Like, brother, you see
with you, Rance. If we're not rating spending big money, but I'm with you, Rance. But rating spending big money on these positions, don't even look at these man because they're in a prem. You already know it's 50 and up.
You're mixing up, and the man started throwing 70 millions at me, 70, 80 million. I'll be like, cool, pay the money. It's a
You're mixing up my opinion with the reality of what's going on to the club. The club doesn't think like
because
me.
I give you my opinion to anyone else's opinion. We can't figure out which one you're at. That's why Saeed said,
in my opinion. If I say in my opinion, I think it's very self-explanatory. When I say in my opinion, the position is the least important on the pitch. I don't think there's any confusion there because I said in my opinion. I've watched Pep for years win leagues with midfielders as fullbacks.
If man sign a world-class fullback, we can just win the league.
You don't win a league by having a world-class fullback anyways. I've seen it for years. I've seen midfielders playing fullbacks. I've seen Arteta win a league with a bunch of centre-backs. No fullbacks.
We said good fullback.
I ain't seen no fullback be the difference between man winning the league and not winning the league.
You don't win or lose a league by a good fullback. I've never seen that in my life. I've never seen that.
Luke Shaw. Why we get rid of Luke Shaw? Keep Luke Shaw there.
Yeah, keep Luke Shaw.
No, because we need depth. We need depth. Because we need depth at left back. We need depth at left back.
Harry Hamas.
Luke Shaw don't overlap.
If the manager wants to keep him and he rates him, I'm good with it. I'm not throwing a fuss.
No, but you don't need fullback. You do defenders. Keep Luke Shaw, Harry Hamas. Let's keep it moving.
Facts.
That's why I said if the manager rates him as a backup fullback, I'm good with
Hamas, bro.
Yeah, but you can't.
No, Harry Hamas ain't good enough. He ain't good enough.
Man said Harry Hamas. So you've gone from a first team left back to an academy left back, and you can't get anything in between that. Like a good fullback for 40 mil.
But you can sit back if we need to.
It's not about Can. He's not going to. Carrick sees him as an attacker. Categorically.
The manager doesn't want him at left back. It's already been said. He doesn't want him at left back.
Said by who?
Let me bring in Texino because we're not heard from Texino in it. And apologies, Texino. We were meant to bring you in quite earlier, and then we'll move on to Shells.
Bro.
Come on. What are you saying, Texino?
Man, it's been
You lot smash the likes, man. Smash the likes.
Yeah, bro. Do you know what it is? I just don't want to shout over anyone, innit? Yeah. I don't want to shout over anyone, innit? But bro, in terms of myself, it's like, this is the first time in years. This is the first time in years, bro. Genuinely, like post Fergie, anyways, where I probably felt positive and like the club's moving in a positive direction, right? And now I've heard from like bare man, and I'm being very honest with you, bare man who said they were willing to give Ruben Amorim a chance last season off the back of finishing 15th. Now, all of a sudden, they've got expectations. Saeed, you are one of them who were willing to give Amorim an opportunity to build, right? To build, bro. But then when you don't get what you want, hold on. When you don't get what you want, give me a second.
Don't interrupt him, man. Let him speak.
Let him land.
Let him speak, man.
Tell him what.
Let him speak.
Passengers are worried.
See, every time he gets shook, he starts interrupting us. Let him cook.
Go on.
Please. He hasn't spoiled the whole. Come on, one hour.
When you don't get what you want, it's peak, innit? Now, let's look at last season, right? Yeah. Well, in the summer, anyways, Liverpool went and gone and signed names. When you talk about modern day football, Frimpong was seen as an elite fullback. Wirtz was seen as an elite number 10. Isaac was seen as an elite striker with Premier League pedigree. Them men have gone and splashed bread. Where did they finish? They didn't even finish above us. Let alone give us a run for our money. We beat them back to back last season for the first time in 10 years. When Carrick took over, there was a significant change to Manchester United's football. Two of those players who were in the heart of that were written off between 6 months before that. Casemiro and Kobbie Mainoo. Them man rocked up to the Emirates, played them man off the park. At home, Bruno, Cunha, Luke Shaw. Look at the triangles, bro. They made tunes of our football. Do you understand? It's about the football and the profiles. Now, if you look back at before Ineos and that, and any man who says that I'm doing the Ineos prop, brother, I don't give a toss, bro. Because the realest is, if these men were paying me and I was on their payroll, I'll be taking pictures on my Insta on a private jet like my name's flipping Kobbie Mainoo, broski. That's what I'm telling you, man, right now. Yeah, I wouldn't give a toss what you man are saying, bro. Yeah,
I would have done the same,
honest
brother.
truth is, Manchester United are moving in a positive direction. Now, the players that we've signed, we were not linked to them before. We've gone and snapped them up. There's 27 days, as I've heard, right? That's left. Imagine now, within those 27 days, we go and sign players that you man like. What you man gonna do now? Oh yeah, this season is gonna look sick. Yeah, Ineos, they've done their thing. Bro, just wait, be patient. Because I'm in the same boat of, if we don't get more signings, then it could be concerning. Because there's two more positions that I want. I want an anchor, a ball-playing anchor, someone like a Sanderberg, someone who can play, right? Then I want a left fullback because Luke Shaw is not reliable there, and Dorgu's clearly seen as a winger, bro. Do you understand? Those two will give me clarity. Apart from that, bro, we're moving in the right direction. You man, why are we panicking, right? When none of the top six played us off the park with these set of boys that we have under Carrick's tenure. Why are we panicking? What have the top six done in terms of signings where we're like, oh, man, scared? Because if Rodri leaves City, best believe Elliot Anderson's going to be absolutely isolated. They're going to demand much more responsibility with him on the ball, and you're going to see my man capitulate. And I'm not asking you that. I'm telling you that because he done that in the summer for England. He was meant to be the better ball-playing midfielder out of that double pivot of Declan Rice. Declan Rice's excuses, man's got hay fever, so he's sneezing every time he gets the ball. He's ill. And then you got Elliot Anderson, who couldn't play a progressive pass. Every progressive pass went out for a throw-on. But then I have these guys in comments, with all due respect, who don't even know how to take a legal throw-on, tell me about the game. That's the God's honest truth. That is the God's honest truth. I'm being positive and it's seen as a negative because I'm apparently backing Ineos. I couldn't care less about Ineos. I'll be very honest. I couldn't care less about Ineos because I don't speak about Ineos. I don't genuinely speak about Ineos. I speak about my club, bro. Do you understand? I speak about the players and how well we are playing, innit? It's as simple as that. Last season, we ended the season very well, and I'm anticipating us to start the season very well, right? Pre-season, for me, you can see now there's a bit of identity. Prior to pre-season, I was probably questioning what's Carrick's style of play, etc. Now you can clearly see what he wants to play. And for me, I will call it possession with a purpose, because we're not just keeping the ball like with Ten Hag or two centre halves have the ball and then they don't know where their next pass is. We're getting the ball, there's simple angles being created, bounce passes, but most importantly, we're being direct through the heart of the pitch. When was the last time we were just breaking lines constantly through the middle of the park? Through the middle of the park.
It's just, can I?
This is what I'm saying, guys. So for me, my opinion, anyways, guys, because everyone's gonna have their opinion, and that's why we enjoy football, innit? It's subjective to many. Do you get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, bro, if all the evidence has been proven, especially in the last 6 months, that things are being positive, we're playing good football, the top 6 haven't knocked us off the park. Why are we inferior to what they're doing in the market? Because even the top 6 last season in the market, they didn't even really flourish like that, did they? We finished third. And we had 6 months of a shit season as well. Imagine that. Or questionable season. Come on, guys, man. Just be a bit more positive, innit?
Since those gaffers came in, by the way, I was just going to add to that. No one has gained more points in the league since Carrick came in than him. Not even Arsenal. Yeah. So when he's talking about positives to carry into next season, if that's not a positive, plus the players that
nobody here is Carrick out. Nobody here is questioning Carrick.
I'm talking about the positives of how we played football.
We're in one competition to a season now when we're in Europe.
We're not going to get into that.
I hate this point. Let's move on, please. I'm going to be talking for like 20 minutes.
Trust me. Let me just say one thing on this though, yeah? You said in terms of the players that Liverpool brought in, respectfully, I don't even give a toss what our rivals are doing. I'm going to be so real. I'm focusing on this club. And the same grace that I've just spoke about earlier in the transfer window regarding Euro, Xerxes and all that, saying the jury's still out. The jury's still out for them, man. They had Slot as their manager, who, for my opinion, was I don't know how the rest of the Premier League allowed this man to win the league. So the jury's still out, and Frimpong was not seen as an elite player. I don't know where you got
bro. Today he's a name in the market, bro. Do you know what I mean? He's today an elite player, bro. Look what he done in the Bundesliga, bro. As one of their marksmen as well, bro.
He was more assistant player.
He was one of their marksmen as a right wing back, bro.
He wasn't elite.
Yeah, he was good in the system.
So the same grace you've given the R signings, do you not give those grace to Liverpool signings in terms of
comparing players at Liverpool, that played for a manager that just won the league, and Ruben Amorim that came in and fucked us over? It's not really the same.
But this is the context.
Liverpool
I'm just saying.
How can it be the same?
On their worst day, they got Champions League football, and we're talking about our ops on the worst day. Somehow finished to still be playing. On our worst day, we're floating with relegation.
You know. For me, like I hear your point, in terms of the positivity, Texino. But you see, you just got to keep improving, innit? And I think next season, I think a lot of people are not going to realize how big it is in terms of the competitions we're going to be in, the amount of games we're going to be in. Now, what I'm trying to say to you is that you've got to be able to give Carrick all the possible tools to fight on all fronts, and that's all it is right now. It's me being concerned that he hasn't got the right tools available. So that's where I'm at right now. It's not as if we're kind of mad about Michael Carrick. Michael Carrick got to a job where, you know what, fair play to him, got us third. It's about him being back now to an appropriate level where we can be ready for a season that we're all going to be here if it doesn't go well. Or you know what could have happened there? What could have happened there? Could we have strengthened?
Saeed, let me ask you a question. Who got better around us? Significantly better around us?
I think right now only Chelsea.
You think Chelsea got better than us?
Chelsea got better.
No, bro,
Chelsea.
We say this every season about Chelsea.
No, what I'm saying to you is Chelsea. I've done a window where I thought, you know what, fair play. They've got a good window.
They've been the most active between us because they sold well and they signed a few players. Liverpool didn't get better than us. City.
No.
Apart from Morgan Rogers, like that's the only.
Nah, they got Lacroix.
To be fair, they got a couple bench options. Like they added that.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. They've been nice.
Welbeck and Henderson.
Welbeck's good as well. Listen, they've got players in. That's the main thing. Anyway.
Yeah, but this is my point, Saeed. This is my point. Listen. This is
bad.
Bro, them men have just signed Morgan Rogers.
Henderson,
115 mil, bro.
You will be fucking crying.
Brother. No, hold on a minute. What is Staffy? Staffy, you said. No, but Staffy asked me a question.
If we sign Quenda, Henderson, Welbeck, man in here will be like, what the fuck is
relax.
doing?
I don't think so. I think the opposite.
You don't think so?
Hold on a minute.
What? Rhino, these men can't see, bro.
Staffy, what did you ask me? Staffy asked me who's been busy
around
me.
Who got better around us?
I didn't say, hold on a minute. Are you going to let me land or what? Are you going to let me land? I said Chelsea have done busy. Doesn't mean they're going to finish higher than us. I'm still confident.
No, but I asked you who got better around us.
I said they've been busy, bro.
Listen, that's not the question.
They got better. Why were you denying the
That's one at a time. Honestly, I can't hear you guys. I'm sure the audience can.
That's what I'm trying to say, man. One at a time, man. What
I honestly don't know what's being said.
What I thought Staffy said was who's been busy around us. So apologies.
No, who got better?
Cool. In terms of who got better,
Chelsea got better though. I wouldn't deny that.
How did Chelsea get better, Musa, bro?
Musa.
Morgan Rogers cost 120 million, and he's not better than Cunha, which is half the price. How did they get better?
Let him explain it. I'd rather hear his point so I can argue it. So go ahead, Musa. Can you explain how they got better?
Point. Chelsea, to what they were last season, to this season, have got better. They're a better outfit with the players that they've brought in and the experience that they've added to their team last season.
Simple.
Letting Garnacho go for 50 million and bringing in Morgan Rogers 100 and whatever and offsetting that is better for them. They have a player who plays very well in the Prem and a Prem-proven player. They've also got experience in that they need for their young players. They've added another young talented player in Quenda. Like, they're a better team than they were last year. Does that mean that they're going to be better than Man United or finish high?
Exactly.
Who got better?
But that was my point. That was my point.
Yeah, but you can't that was my point. Because the season hasn't started yet. Same way Liverpool last season. Everyone thought they're going to win the league. They end up finishing fourth. So you can't equate silence to being better, but they have improved on what they've got.
That's our whole point. I swear.
That's our whole point.
Take that into consideration, bro.
No, hold on a minute. We've got position to fill. But hold on a minute. What they've done is an address is that they've positioned that early, quite early. So they've actually done pre-planning.
But Saeed, can I just say something?
Let me land. They've actually done pre-planning and attacked.
They signed one winger.
Forget them. We're talking about Chelsea. We're talking about Chelsea Football Club because that's the question in task right now. They've actually gone on the market and attacked the market and got the players that they wanted to go and get. So in terms of what they've done in their business, they're doing what they need to do. So that's that. Man United right now, hold on a minute. Man United right now, no one can categorically tell me we've done everything that we need to do right now.
No, but that wasn't the initial question. First of all, that wasn't the initial question.
For free, attacking the market, crazy.
Well, no, but what I'm saying to you is, Welbeck is again Henderson. Somebody raised
Henderson. Let me say this.
That's an opinion because they were screaming for Welbeck last season. I understand. And then we're screaming for Welbeck, saying that we should get Welbeck in. Now they're laughing.
I don't care what rivals are doing. But who gives a shit?
Let me just answer. Let me just answer what you said because you didn't really answer the question that I gave you anyways. But even with your answer and what you're saying, there's two things that I need to tell you here. Number one, no one's business is done. Okay, because as I said, there's still about 4 weeks left. So when I say there's 4 weeks left for us to make signings, I'm also aware that's 4 weeks left for other teams to still get their signings. Right. All right, because if you go and speak to Chelsea fans, they'll tell you they still need like a Wharton or someone. They're trying to sign someone in their midfield. Liverpool trying to get a Barcola or whoever. Everyone still has business to do. But when I asked you who got better than us, and you sat there and you listed all that, let me remind you, doing more business than us. Quantity does not necessarily always mean that you're better in quality than us. Most of their moves this summer is to correct what they did last summer. They signed Delap was a bum. They went and got Welbeck. Lavia can't fucking play football. That's why they went and signed midfielders. Garnacho was a bum for them. That's why they're going to sign players. Cucurella left, and that's why they went and bought a left back. Just because my signings were good last season and I don't need to replace them this summer doesn't mean that Chelsea are better than me. I just made better business than them a year ago. So I have to do less than them. They have to do more work because we finished 3rd and they finished 10th. So quantity doesn't mean that they're better. Now, I'm looking at addressing what every team needs. He technically said because the way he's addressing they got better.
The question was,
but
they've improved
they're not
on their
better than
team.
me.
That's it.
But they're not better than me.
Nobody said that. They're not better than
So when I asked you originally, who got better than us. When I asked you originally who got better than us, Saeed, your answer should have been Chelsea. Because I don't think Chelsea got better than us. Liverpool definitely didn't get better than anyone. They're not even better than what they were a year ago. City by just losing. One second, let me finish. City by just losing Pep, the best manager in the league, and potentially losing Rodri, they will be hit significantly. And then who do you got left? Spurs. Who cares for Spurs? Other than Arsenal, who didn't lose anyone significantly, and they added Bruno G. I'll be honest, I'm looking at them, I'm like, they're the only team that kind of maintained the level that we're at. One second, Musa. One second.
I want to hear this.
1 second.
So in your logic, we're competing for the title, yeah?
I didn't say that. How does that?
No,
how does that mean I'm competing for the title?
It does.
But that's what you just said.
No, it doesn't. If I maintain the level I'm at,
and there's only one team
hear me
better
out.
than
Hear me
us.
out. Hear me out. If we maintain the level that we're at, or slightly improve,
because we're in multiple games, right? So we still need to do a bit to keep up to where we were. Simple. What the
You
hell?
can't
If we maintain the level that we're at,
everyone up at school. And I tell you that you're the best fighter in school, you say I didn't say that. You said you're gonna bang everyone up.
I didn't say we're the best fighter in the school, so who cares?
What?
I didn't say that.
You lot got the high expectations.
I named teams that were better than, and then I
You
told
said there's
Arsenal were
only
better
one
than us.
person. You said there's only one person that's a better fighter than you in school.
Yes, I think Arsenal are the only team better than us right now.
You can
Yes.
bang them
Okay.
down. And when I
So
asked
wait,
you, can you
so
bang
by
everyone?
default-
I said,
So we should
I think we're the better team right now outside of Arsenal. Arsenal the only team that I
So
think
by
are better than
default, then
us.
you're in the title race, then surely,
How
right?
the fuck are we in the title race? If we finish 20 points behind
there's
them, it
only
doesn't mean
one
we're in the
team
title
better
race.
than you. There's only
There's
one
only one
team.
team
We
better than
finished
you.
second before
There's only one
under
team
Ole.
better than you in
We
the
were
league.
20 points behind Liverpool. We were never in the title race.
Stop it.
What are you guys doing here? Bro, you're just trying to get a clip from me saying that we're going to be in a title race.
It's not clip,
Yes,
bro.
it
It's
is.
not clip,
Because
bro.
you just said Man City have got worse, which I agree with. You just said Liverpool.
So second means you're in a title race. What if I finish 20 points behind them?
Hold on, bro. You just said Chelsea's got worse. So there's only one team better than us. So that means we're going to be in a title challenge.
We
Yes or
only
no?
finished 8 points behind them this season.
No, it doesn't.
How are we gonna
I just
finish
said we're better
points
than these
better?
teams.
So Arsenal
We're
gonna walk the league. So Arsenal gonna walk the league.
We're title
I don't
race.
get to finish, and then you ask me
No,
again.
let him land. But
You can finish second if you want me to say it that way, because me saying we're the second best team, and if we don't go and finish second, it could be because of a lot of context. We could have went through injuries, we could have went through suspensions, some shit happened. But right now, bro, laugh all you want, bro. Laugh all you want. If I'm currently saying, as of today, I rate our team more than XYZ, and I'm only saying Arsenal, the only team that I'm looking at that I don't think got worse, it doesn't mean that we're gonna go for a title race with them. Who said that we're going to go in a title race? What if I finish 15, 20 points behind them? I could still be second. I could be better than everyone else and not win the league or compete for the league.
How points did we finish behind this season?
So are you saying you've never seen a league where there was no proper
So why are
title
we
race
getting
and someone
worse?
ran with the
No,
league?
but why are we getting worse?
Liverpool
I
last
want to
time they won
understand
the
with your
league, they
logic
ran
why
away
we
with it.
getting
No one
worse.
competed with them.
Hold on, Stuffy. Yeah.
Were Liverpool in the title race a couple years ago when they won the league? They won it from January. There was no one there. Arsenal stopped competing for the league for about a month or two before the league ended.
You see me?
Go ask Arsenal fans. They'll tell you we were never in a title race. We finished second without being in a title race.
If I believe we're the second best team in the league, I'm going to tell you we're the only team that's going to be competing with the champions to win the league. That's just the end of it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're going to compete because I don't think we're enough to compete with Arsenal. I think we're better than everyone else. Two things can be true at the same time. These are two exclusive statements.
The same way Liverpool, when Liverpool made all their signings, everyone automatically thought they're going to win a league again.
But that's what my point was.
Hold on.
Yeah, they did though, but they owned it, Rhino. They owned it.
Yes.
What do you mean they owned it?
So with what you're saying, Stuffy, if
they believed it and they said, yeah, we're going to win the league. So I'm saying yes.
When we finished 19 points, when we finished 19 points,
the Mandem are doing the gallant thing,
when we finished 19 points behind Man City under Jose or I forgot what year it was. When we finished 19 points behind City, when we were second, Does 19 points mean you were in a title race?
That's
But
rare,
We
rare,
last
finished
season,
second, but never being in a title race.
how many points did we finish last season behind Arsenal? Because I don't know why we're getting worse. We didn't finish 20 points last season behind Arsenal. So why are we finishing 20 points behind them this
That I'm
season?
making. You
So
said,
why
are
are
we
we
in a
gonna
title
finish
race?
this?
We are gonna move on.
You said, are we in a title race? No, 1 second, Saeed. No.
You can't say anything.
No, it's
because of
not even
point.
that. Do you know what it is? You lot are both debating the same thing but different points. That's what it is.
You know what it is.
That's the
yeah?
reality.
I
One minute,
think-
man, they want to say the transfer window doesn't mean nothing. 1 minute preseason means it doesn't mean. There's too much.
But the
There's
thing
going
is
to be
though,
another
man,
day
I'll
when
just
you
say
not
one
say
thing,
preseason
one
means
thing.
something.
Yeah, the one
Like,
last thing to kind of move the
I think we
argument.
just need to be balanced, man. The main thing is we just need to be balanced.
Shell's gonna have the last opinion that we're gonna move on.
My whole thing is that Staffy, you said we're only one team that's better than us. We finished 14 points behind Arsenal last season. With half of that time of that league, we had Amarin in charge. So if only one team's better than us, surely if we do what we need to do in this transfer market, we can bridge that gap.
Okay, so did you hear what you just said? You said if we do what we have to do. I'm telling you, as of today, if we go from here and sign 2 world-class players in the next 3 weeks, you don't think I'll say, you know what, that's enough to put us in the title race? If we sign 2 world-class players, I'm gonna be like, you know what, fair enough.
2 world class now. I'm hearing 2
They have
world
to be
class.
world
But I'm just Saeed, I'm giving an example. I'm giving a hypothetical. I'm giving a hypothetical.
Bro, they're trying to rattle you, bro. They're trying to rattle
They
you.
see what they're doing, bro. Rather than understanding my
Race it in a bush, bro.
Brother, they don't want to understand my point.
Be calm on the ball, cuz.
Yeah, bro,
Yeah.
but that's the point, bro. They
No,
don't want
but
to
when we
understand
said
my
we need to
point.
get Lewis Hall
They're giving me
because
mad
we
hospital
think there is
passes.
no world class.
Yeah.
Said anyone can do it. We don't need to get big players like that.
Listen,
I'm trying to make a point,
him
and they're
saying
throwing
that
mad
if we
hospital
do
passes at
something-
me instead of
Staffy,
just
wait, I got you,
understanding what I'm trying to do right
I
here.
got you, Staffy. Him saying that if we make 2 world-class signings, it's going to transform us doesn't mean necessarily that he said it's going to happen that's not his opinion in terms of what he wants or
No,
what's going to happen.
why does the standard have to be world class?
If someone spends 100 M's on someone, you
Because I
expect
have to
them
give
be
you a
better.
hypothetical to
naturally-
meet his hypothetical.
But I say the hypothetical. Why can't because when we said get Lewis Hall because we think he's the best about and he's delivering.
Yeah.
We're not going to compete for a league if we get loose hole anyways.
No, 1 minute. We were told any type of back will do the job. But now, for us to get a left back to do the job and to be able to compete, it has to be world class.
I know. I just felt like
that's not, brother. That wasn't the point that I was trying to make. My point was, as of today, I rate our team as the second best in the league. He proposed to me. He proposed to me that just let me finish.
Without world class, just 2 more players.
No, because I don't think any 2 players make us contenders for the league.
Teams are going to be improving
I'd be lying if I said that.
Games now, so we have to. It's like saying that I was the fastest on the grass. Now I'm running on sand. It's different. There's a bit more conditions now.
No, but I'm saying, why do we? I'm just saying, why can't we get 2 good players?
Multiple games a week.
Why can't 2 good players?
That? So we have to improve a little bit to keep up with it.
I hear you.
Common sense.
Now listen,
I'm with you, but why can't they just be good?
Yeah, true.
Because it's not what I believe. You want me to say something that I don't believe?
Okay, cool,
that's the whole point of a hypothetical. The
But
whole
how many
point
world-class players do you think we now?
Brother, that's not the point. Musa, that is not the point. The whole point of Shell's hypothetical, because he gave a hypothetical that we go and do business over the next 3 weeks that make us compete for the league, which is not what I proposed. He gave me that hypothetical.
No,
but that's not hypothetical.
It is because of course it's hypothetical because it didn't happen.
Yo. We're gonna move on.
But it's realistic.
We're gonna move on. Before we move on, yeah. Texino, don't ever dare say I was Amarin inner, yeah? Don't ever dare on this show.
Yo, you're willing to give him a chance. This is what I'm saying. You guys misconstrued what I say, bro. I did not say that.
You're misconstruing what people say. I've never heard that before. It's not like I experienced that 5 seconds ago.
This is what you people do all the time. I even saw it in the chat. Someone said that Tex is a TikToker footballer or whatever. Morgan Rogers has to be better than Garnacho. That wasn't the question I was asked. I was asked if that was a better transfer window than United. What does Garnacho have to do with United?
Hear it.
I
get it, but yo, that's the bottom
guys.
of my heart. Yeah. But that's something bottom to my heart, man. I hate Amarin with all my I hate that brother, yeah. But anyway, listen. Okay, cool.
So let me call this out now, by the way, before you move on. I'm just gonna say this.
Here we go, man.
We're gonna go and win the first couple games of the season. And you're going to shamelessly sit on YouTube and you're going to say, we are top of the league, say we are top of the league. And I can't wait for that video to come out because I'm gonna come on this channel and I'm gonna remember when I was saying our team is good.
What's exactly? Yeah, what's that got to do with it?
Because Saeed likes to sit here, and if I say anything positive, all of a sudden you guys are magnifying. You're saying, "Oh, you guys, you're thinking we're in the title race." But then, as soon as we win, he's gonna try to play the shameless gimmick. That is exactly what you're going to do, Saeed. You are 100% gonna do that.
Own it.
I'm owning what I said. I'm 100%. I'm 100% owning what I said, and I don't mind, bro. Clip me for this. I'm telling you, going into next season, we are the second best team in the league. I'm not saying title race because there's still 3 weeks left.
I hope so.
I'm rating the team as of today, August 6th, as the second best team in the league.
Okay,
and if no one wants to follow through, that's fine. I'll sit on this.
That's fair.
On that point, yeah, respectfully, on that point, you just said in regards to United, it depends on situations. Arsenal currently right now are going through injury crisis, yes or no?
Yeah.
Arsenal currently, with Saliba, yeah.
So this is my thing. If we're the second best team in the league, yeah, with what's going on with in terms of Pep leaving, in terms of Liverpool not having the greatest window or whatever, no one caring about Spurs. All I'm saying is, surely we can bridge that gap, right? And we can compete.
We could.
Because Arsenal.
We could, but we haven't. And that's my point.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you this, Charles, just to let you rest. If we go in the next 3 weeks,
the future,
so Charles, I'm gonna tell you this, just to make you rest.
The data that Shells is just giving you, based on that data, and you trying to make a prediction, it shouldn't be like it could go this way. No, based on the data.
Yeah, because Saliba's not dead. Just because Saliba's injured, it doesn't mean that he's not going to come back and they're not going to be the best team in the league again. Saliba's not dead. He's just out for 4 or 5 months. Like, he'll be back. He'll play a big chunk of the season. But just to make you rest, Shells, if in the next 3 weeks we make signings, and I genuinely believe these signings are enough to bridge the gap, I promise you, before a ball is kicked, I'm going to tell you that we're competing for the league. But if I didn't see it, then I'm not saying it. No, but I'm telling you, if that's the case, then I'll say it.
That's fair.
Because I'm not scared, bro. I'm not scared of being clipped, bro. Like, what's gonna happen? People are gonna go show my mom that I made a clip that we're gonna compete for the league. Like, who gives a fuck, bro? Watch your son. He was saying on Mandem talk they're competing for the league. Disown him. Who gives a fuck, bro?
But you know it's a football team. No, but you know what's mad, yeah, Stuffy.
United is serious. You're lucky you're not in the UK because people me up in supermarkets.
Musa, they're gonna go to the masjid and show my dad. So my dad, when he comes home, he can beat my ass. Like, who cares, bro? It's a football team. Click me.
You know what's mad, yeah? Before we move on, yeah, and Shells and Musa will be a test to this, yeah. I said, yeah, if Man United bought the 6 signings this summer, I reckon we can come in here with chest here and say we're competing for the league, you know. If we bought the 6 signings we're in, because you got to remember the gap here ain't that big. So if Man United actually got the 6 signings in through the door, we'd actually so there you go. So I actually agree with you. If United actually do what they want to do.
We did say that a couple months ago, Said. We said if we take this summer seriously, we can actually do something to compete for the league next year.
So that's where my frustration lies. But hold on a minute. So that's where my frustration lies. That I think this league isn't as good as what we're saying. So if Man United actually take it seriously, we can actually go and bridge the gap between us and Arsenal.
I think you're right, Saeed. I don't think you're wrong when you say that. If you're frustrated because you feel there was an opportunity for compete for the league, which I agree with you, I think you're right. But what we were originally speaking about earlier, when it was me, Musa, Tech, and Rhino, is because even though I don't think we did enough to compete for the league, it doesn't mean that we're going to go into the season and have a bad season. I still think we're going to have a good season. But some of you guys are making it sound like it's so doom and gloom that we're going to go and be shit next season. You know why? So many people are complaining as if we're not prepared for the season. No, I'm saying some people. Like, it is generally going on in the fan base right now. Every day I wake up on social media, it's doom and gloom.
Now, how the things are now, Safi, I believe we're competing for 4th place in the league. Yeah, that's what I believe.
You said what? You cut off for a second.
Top four.
I said how things are now. I believe Man United are competing for top.
And also, you know what? I think we're top 3. You know what's well. You know what it is as well. The jury's still out. You know, because right now, Man United, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I repeat, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer have not gone back-to-back top 4. So I feel like, you know what people say, yeah, Man United, it might be doom and gloom next season. We've seen that Man United haven't shown the level of consistency to go back-to-back top 4. So therefore, when people like me are worried that we haven't done enough in the market, Man United, I'm not saying Man United will finish. Hold on a minute. I'm not saying Man United will have a bad season, but I believe you allow a little bit of room for complacency in the market to maybe just fall below that, where you're almost fighting to get into the top 4.
Saeed, that's true.
It could be cool.
Saeed, everything you're saying is true. But that's what I'm saying. Your expectations changed. You expected us to be closer than what our trajectory is looking now. So that's what you're upset about. But you're taking that out. You're taking that out on man that kind of have a bit more faith. That's kind of unfair because the reality is the more we do, the better we're going to be. The more we do, the more we're going to keep up.
And right now, and like Tech said, some of us already believe that we are already better than last season. I generally believe, as of right now, even though I still want more signings, but I believe as of today, we are a better team than last season. I rate Tielemans, I rate Santos, I rate our midfield already more than last season. You guys already know how I felt about Casemiro. So whether you guys agree or disagree, I think already we're a better team on the ball.
If we keep
I already believe we're a better.
Sorry, but
I was just gonna say, Rhino, real quick. Based on last season to this season, just by those two signings, I think just replacing Casemiro and technically Ugarte is not gonna play. Technically, replacing Casemiro and Ugarte with Santos and Tielemans, to me, we're already a better midfield at keeping the ball. So those two, I'm not saying it's enough for the summer, but those two were enough for me to look at and say we're already better midfield. I'm not gonna get into the Rashford thing, whether we want to keep him or sell him, because this is a whole debate. But Rashford coming into this team after the season he had as an additional rotational piece, whether we want to keep her or not, your attack actually gained one more man. I'm not going to do the whole, it feels like a new signing. I'm not doing that, but it is technically an extra player that you didn't have. Now, there's still the left back and the midfield depth address, which is why I agree with you guys. But just those alone, I look at our team and I'm like, we have gotten better. We didn't get margin, like by a large margin did we get better, but I think we are better than last year.
Before we move on here, do you think the added games is also something to be concerned about?
Yes, and that's why I just want the depth. Because one thing that worries me is the fitness. I know that Mason Mount gives us one good game and then he's out for 3 months. So, like, I don't want to watch him play one good week of football and then we're out and we're short again on midfielders.
We want numbers.
So that's why I want one more player.
What's going on?
I just want extra depth because of the extra games. But I don't think the levels is going to drop off from next season. From last season.
Do is over-exaggerate the depth thing because Ten Hag won a trophy and came third. Ten Hag.
Our depth is a little bit worrying. I'll be honest, Rhino.
The injuries we had.
But there was no back-to-back Champions League. There was no back-to-back Champions League. That's what we're talking about.
I'm just saying. This season we came in with Kobe and Cass. Everyone laughed at us. Somehow we came third. How did we come third with Kobe and Cass? How? So,
because we were told that the league weren't that good.
Yes, but Rhino, my biggest worry is the depth because we're factually playing more games.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't think that the level. I'm not in that camp that we only played good football because we played less games. It doesn't. That's a mathematical equation that doesn't make sense to me. But I do worry about the fitness levels because I do believe some of these players don't have the greatest fitness. For one reason or another, Mason Mount being one of them. Lissandro always gets a freak injury. I don't know why he's so unlucky. I know Maguire gets injured. These are the things that I worry for. So I don't want us to come like November or December when it's still mid-season and we lost a few players.
Daffy, but the games we drew last season under Carrick were the games when we had to play 2 quick games close to each other. That was the only every time we drew with Carrick last season or lost a game is when we had to play 2 consecutive games close to each other.
But Musa, wouldn't you admit having a midfield helps you to carry on?
No, I'm saying that. But I'm just saying on the point of that. That's what I'm saying on the point of one game and it helping.
We've never had a midfield as well.
No, I agree with that. But what I'm saying is on the point. No, I agree with everything else. I'm saying with the point of one game and then seeing whenever we had 2 games close is when we dropped points. It just shows you that the consecutive games and the fitness of the squad wasn't there. But the only thing I'm looking at is this. Everyone talks about our ops, I appreciate the level of football in the Premier League. I don't look at McAllister, Gravenberch and say that's a dead field and get excited. I don't look at their forward lineup and say that's a dead midfield based on what we saw under that manager that they had last season, who everyone says it was off. I don't look at that. Because I don't look at those 3 mid.
But just to cut you off there, you know the signings that we could make.
By the way, Madrid posted the Comunicado Oficial. It's over.
Yeah, hold that, Arsenal. But my thing is,
you need to cook hooks, bro, because he was atting you every other day on Twitter.
Bro, 100%. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him, bro. I'm gonna drag him. My thing is, Mandem, You know what I don't like as well, is that when we get linked with a player, we try and find the positives in it. So now, for example, what do you think is a capable midfielder and a left back? Let's just agree with left back and midfielder, even though I do believe we need a left winger, because I want Rashford gone, and I don't think Cud is a left winger, and I don't think Dogg's a left winger, and I believe we need a centre back as well. What do we think here? And I'll start with you, Shells, here. Is an adequate midfielder and a left back that we can go and get in the market? So, for example, Robertson, that plays for Fulham, he's got major flaws in his game. Injuries, his 1v1 ability, major flaws in his game. Midfield, if we go and get, for example, Tyler Adams, are we all going to be happy with a Tyler Adams? That's
No.
all. I just want to make sure that I can clarify that bit there. If you know what I mean?
No, I'm not going to be. And like I said, my whole thing with this window is in isolation. I'm happy with the 2 deals. I'm happy with Santos, yeah, because I believe in the quality that he and the upside that he can bring. I've been impressed with his forward passing, but yes, it's still pre-season. Again, Tielemans, I think, is an absolute baller. 29 for 35 million pounds. You got pound for pound one of the best passers in the league. I love those deals. My whole thing is that we spent 35 million. So just because I'm now complaining that Lewis Hall we should have gone in earlier, that don't mean, oh my gosh, I'm up and ahhing about the window. That don't mean that. I'm just saying, if Manchester United move with a bit of urgency, we wouldn't be in this situation with Lewis Hall because Tonali's gone, Gordon's gone, and Bruno Guimaraes is gone.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. The longer you leave something, the higher, the less chances you have of getting some. Let's be real, because they've sold 3 key players now. That's my whole thing. I'm in like the middle in terms of the window. Yes, I am disappointed, but I agree there is still time. But my whole point is that when we're linked to like Lewis Hall and man are telling me it's too expensive and all of this, or he doesn't want to go, I've just seen Newcastle sell 3 of their key players, bro. You make these players want to go. You put the pressure on the club to make this shit happen. So I'm not going to be gaslighted about, he's deemed too expensive. Too expensive for Manchester United. We spent 35 million, bro.
Yeah.
And with this current like we just speaking about this current Premier League, I always say sports is about windows. Manchester United can bridge the gap and challenge. Yes, I'm all about stability, like you just alluded to. But you got to go against what you're playing against, right? On this consensus right now, we're the 2nd or 3rd best team in the league. Arsenal have their problems. We can bridge that gap. I'm just saying we want Ineos to move a bit of urgency. I don't see why that's such a crash out of Mandem. Like, I'm entitled to that opinion. You guys are entitled to your opinion. I don't understand where the crash out is.
Yeah. Big up to Texino. Give me a midfielder that you think is that you would want to go and get that's available right now that you think is viable for us.
If you want to go on the higher end, obviously, I've just got this obsession with Adam Wharton. I really like the player. That's if you wanted to go on the higher end. But I would realistically, just looking at our stringent sort of vetting process at the moment, I'll probably take Sander Berg. I think he's top as well. If you're looking for physical presence, like he's tall, he's strong. But what I'm impressed the most is his screening in front of the defensively. The way he wins the ball back, interceptions, but then forward progressive passing. And he's great on the ball as well. So that's someone who I would take in it. But bro, the market's whack, bro. Like when people are saying there's names and that, like the only names that I know that are like superstars in football today are like Lamine Yamal's and the Pedris and all of these, man. So don't come to me about names and then be upset about Lewis Hall. Brother, I love Lewis Hall. I think he's a top player. I think he's well suited for Manchester United. But if I miss out on him, bro, I'm not going to cry, man. Cry me a river, man.
Yeah. I hear
you said names though. I don't care about names as well. I'm
not talking about you, bro. You're taking that personal, bro.
I'm not taking
on my life.
Personal.
The last 10 minutes, I haven't even been listening. I've just been editing a video, bro. You know what I mean? So like, I'm not talking about you, bro. Wallahi. It's just generic.
Listen.
You know I
hear it. I think obviously Beleba, we can't get Beleba anymore because obviously he's injured. So that's one name out the window. I just wanted to be honest in it.
Can I ask you a question?
Zubimendi.
No, Zubimendi, bro. I can't lie. I wanted Zubimendi, but that first year in the Premier League didn't look good. Let me ask you something, Saeed. Let's say we sign Sander Berg.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Is it another Tielemans type video, or what are you saying?
I think it's one of them ones where when I look at the market right now, we haven't got a lot of options. So I think he's got qualities. Is it my first choice? No. But I do believe he's got qualities, but it's not one that I wanted first choice. No. But
who do you want first choice then?
I think for me, I'd look at Manu Kone. That was my first one, and I think he's still available to go and get in the market right now. So I would go get Manu Kone. But again, You know, people want Sander Berge. Sander Berge is an option. You know what I'm saying? Cool. But at the same time, you know, is it guaranteed? You know, by the way, this Sander Berge right away, I get we're linked with him, but if we were that desperate for Sander Berge, do you not think we would have got him at the start of the window? Or like,
I don't think we're desperate for
not the type
him.
of money Fulham.
I think he's on our short
People
list.
are going like he's cheap. Fulham's going to want like 70 million for him.
I don't think he's 70. He'll be less than that.
I reckon about 50.
He's not Bungie money.
That's what we said about Liverpool. That's what we said. They're going to want 70. Yeah. Listen, they've just got a new manager. They're going to put money in the Real Madrid kid. They're trying to build themselves and move forward. We want one of their best players, and we think we're going to pay pennies. That's why I said, look away from the league.
I don't think he's pennies, but I don't think he's 70. I think he'll be around 50.
50. Yeah,
listen, forget what we think. Forget what we think, because we didn't think Lewis Hall was 70.
Well, you just said what you think. You just said you think he's 70.
No, I'm just an example, because when I told people what we think, we said, let's deal with what United are going to do. The reality is no Premier League side is just going to give us one of their best players anything less than 65, 70 million. I'm just telling you guys. You think the Birds, just because they pay the change for him, that they're going to sell him to Man United for change? We got another thing coming. They'll pay the money or bounce.
Yeah. But again,
so he's here pay £70 million for Sander Berge, because I would pay it if you believe he's the guy. Because I don't see it as a lot of money based on, like I said, it's a $1 billion industry. It's a Super League. No, but I'm just saying, because no evaluation has been applied. If you believe he fills the gap and he's that guy, spend the money. But if I get told now that people are only thinking about Sander Berge,
Musa, can I ask you a question?
Then everything.
Musa, can I ask you a question? If Tielemans didn't have a release clause, how much is Tielemans worth?
Probably around
70 million.
70 million, you know. Yeah.
70 million.
I would have said 60.
Yeah.
I don't think he's 70.
60, 70. Yeah.
No, but I say that. Remember, he's one of Aston Villa's best. They're in like the top winning European trophies. They don't just need to let him go. They just sold flipping that youth for 117 to Chelsea. They will tell you and my thing is this: if you really think Tielemans is that guy, pay the 70.
No, I agree with you, but that's a completely different discussion. As I said, we got lucky that he was on a release clause, because if we negotiated for him, you're getting him for about 60 million. You think 70, that's fine. But come to Sander Berge, I don't think Sander Berge has that high demand anyways.
For that kid's for. Listen, I'm just saying, look, everything you've seen in the window stats,
based on age,
what people are selling, their best
injury
players,
record,
based on everything you've seen. That's the same age. Look, the same age as we've seen Bruno Guimaraes. Everyone looks at their stats.
Your mic is cutting in my head.
I'm not gonna lie. Before we sign a midfielder, we need to buy Musa and Mike. I can't lie, bro. Like, no, that's where we need to.
I just think he's maybe not set out properly. He's got a new mic.
Nah, that's the one that I recorded. That's the one that I recorded with.
Oh yeah.
You know what it is, Musa? I think your gain might be too high, and it just cuts out when you speak, because maybe your volume is too high. Like maybe your voice is just, it has to be something, bro. Yeah, because you'll be speaking. I'm not gonna lie, you're speaking like you're back home.
When I shout, it goes mad. When I shout, it goes mad. When I shout,
but yeah, you sound. I'm not gonna lie, you sound crazy, bro.
I think you know what it is. I think you know what it is. Yeah, like I said, man, I just don't want us to have the copium of like, if we don't get the Sander Berges, the midfielder that comes in now, like, we need to know it's a good enough midfielder to be playing for Man United Football Club, and that's where we're at right now. I think
Sander Berge is good enough to play for United. I'll be honest with you.
Cool. No, what I'm saying to you is,
I think he's a very good player. I wanted him 2 years ago.
But I'm saying that's the name right now that everybody's talking about right now. And easily Man United could move away and say, you know what, that's a bit too much money. If we then move away from Sander Berge, who's the next option? I'm saying the numbers and the names are limited right now.
Running out,
But that's why But that's why I proposed Sander Berge, because I don't think he would be 70 million like Musa said. I think he would be cheaper. He'd be around what we paid for Santos, 50 million. And I feel like if they're looking at someone to add depth to this midfield, especially someone who's a little bit more of a six profile that we don't have right now, they would go for Sander Berge. I don't think Sander Berge would bridge the gap like me and Shells were talking about earlier, but I think he would make our midfield a lot better already. So yeah. It'd be a signing that I wouldn't mind, but I know most of the people wouldn't like it. Because it's not a big name.
I think right now it complements what we have right now in terms of covering the space. I think people think that it's
a profile we're missing.
Yeah. I agree with that.
We don't have someone who can sit as a six like that and be a comfortable passer.
It's got to a point now in the market where I think you've just got to attack it and just go get it, because we're literally waiting around now.
Saeed,
I don't think it's the time to dilly-dally around. So now.
Saeed, you know, because based on all these comments you're making, where do you think we are right now? If this window ended now,
Still top four.
You think we're top team right now?
Top 4, yeah, top 4.
Okay.
That's
That's
my thing is.
My thing is, your point backs us. You know what you were saying backs everything. Everything you've just been arguing.
I think you know what it is though. You can get top 4, but it's almost like a top 4 where you're scrambling. It's not going to be like solidified.
It's still top 4.
Yeah, but I hear that. But it's almost like a top 4 that you're leaving that error. If anything does happen, that's bad.
There's room for error. Okay, yeah,
room for error. Yeah, I want us to be solidified.
More guaranteed.
Third, my aim this season was third, finish with higher points than last season, and bridge the gap of 1 and 2. Yeah, especially with Guardiola leaving.
But that's a lot to ask for, though. That is a lot.
Is it?
I actually don't think it's a lot to ask for right now.
Hear my point.
I don't think the gap is that big to try and bridge, but we didn't
in that point. But I don't think like that. I just see it as, because you lot complain when we say the more games a week. I actually use the more games a week to back this point. The more games a week is going to be the extra challenge. So
yeah, but that's why you get more silence. That's why you get 6-7 silence.
In my perspective, I think what we did last season obviously is based on how bad the teams were as well. Cool. But the reality is we did what we did. You get me? It's the same as preseason. Man chat shit and say preseason, but when your team loses, they clown you. Like, so which one's which then? It's like you can't win. So it's hard. I think when Staffy and Rants are trying to look at preseason and think we're doing all right, they can see progress. I think preseason is so different when it's like a progress thing, it's carrying on something, especially when we're in a position that we haven't been in a long time. But anyway, my thing is this. We got top 3. Everyone blames one game a week. Fair play. Cool. If you want to use that, that's it. Now we don't have one game a week, but you still think we're top 3. And we've added 2 midfielders you don't rate. So that shows you.
No, I do rate someone.
You don't think it's enough to bridge. To bridge the gap. So you just think those 2 signings are going to keep Man United a bit up with a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So realistically, you're seeing it as, okay, we've got enough to keep where we need to build consistency. I'm tired of 1 minute we're 10th, 1 minute we're 4th.
That's what I'm saying. That's my worry.
We want to call ourselves a top 4 team, but we haven't even been top 4 consistently.
I'm saying, stay there.
But you still think we are, though. That's the key thing.
Because you know why? I think Michael Carrick
with Santos and Tielemans, you still think we are.
I still think we are, but I'm saying to you, it leaves a room. I agree with you, but I'm saying to you, the Premier League is unforgiving. I don't know about the injuries. I don't know how we're going to cope with the 3 games a week. I don't know all of that. But I'm just giving you my opinion that Man United will finish top 4 because Liverpool haven't done enough. I still think Tottenham are
even with 3 games a week as well.
I still think United can get top 4. But is it one of them ones where I'm bona fide, confident? You know what I mean? I'm not there yet, but I think it's a bare minimum, guys. The fact that we're speaking about top 4 is a bare minimum.
Yeah, it should be, but the reality is we're falling behind. It should be.
I hear you. I hear you. Let me get these super chats in, people, before we round up, man. Sell free to loan amount and swap Bacola for Trashford. Bruno G has 23 more GA than I don't know who he's talking about there, but big up to you. Rance, how much do Ineos pay you? Listen, I don't know, man. I don't know, people. Listen, man. Everyone's got their opinion, and that's all it is, people, man. It is what it is, man. Beleva preseason injury, ankle ligament, not expected to be long time out. Yeah, listen, David Orsi was engagement farming, man. He didn't need to do that tweet, by the way. He absolutely...
And Saeed also as well to address that other comment, because a lot of narrative I see sometimes people think that
it's a joke, man. It's a joke, man.
No, but I'm just saying some people think that when you agree with Rants, it means that you're I see Rants disciple and whatever. Like, they've gone to war with Rants in the past. Like,
when Rants is we've gone war,
we've done wars as well.
Facts.
I see sometimes you Ten Hag in. I'm not saying they say that for me, but I see the narrative sometimes.
It's when they don't have an argument back, Rhino. That's just simply what it is.
Rants, and man can disagree, but when man agrees, it's like. I see something, not me, but I see the chats.
Narratives, bro.
Yeah,
bro. On this channel, I was called the Man United League Gunner. Now I'm getting called an Ineos bootlicker.
Yeah.
If I'm getting called both sides of the extreme, then it must mean that I'm somewhere down the middle because I can't be both at the same time.
No, Rats, bro. Facts. It's true, man. It's true, man.
Look, Saeed, they're saying you hold Rats to accountable, but then the other day they were saying, "Oh, but you did it." They can't make up their mind.
I know.
I'll be honest. I saw Saeed, a clip from Saeed and Rance yesterday, and they were going at it. But then a week ago, or a month ago, people were saying Saeed agrees with everything.
Exactly, bro. They do it all the time, bro. Don't worry. I watched that show, Saeed, with the discussion about.
You can't be both, bro.
And I agree with you, Saeed. I agree with you, Saeed. By the way, on that one.
Okay. Say no
Me and
more.
Rance go
There
back
you
and
go.
forth about that one as well.
Rance is bro,
Yeah.
though. That's bro.
Yeah,
agree with
Rance
you
is
on
bro. But the thing is that we're not gonna beat
that's
each
bro,
other
man,
up
all
for
the time.
opinions about
All the
football.
time.
One thing
Yeah.
we're not gonna do, we're not gonna beat each other up for Man United football, man. It's a debate.
Yeah,
It's an opinion, bro.
Yeah.
Like certain other channels, maybe they might fight over each other and start having beef and that. We ain't do no beef here, bro. We're bros. Everyone here's bros, man.
People think
You
I'm
get
gonna call
me?
out Saeed to a fight. See you in Manny. We're gonna sit in a
see
boxing
Times
ring.
Square. Times
Yeah,
Square.
I'm
man.
a train with Rhino's camp. I'm gonna hire him to train me.
Come on.
Even
come on.
shows is bro. Like normally me and shows
man.
agree on more in it shows. In the GCs, you get me. Once in a while, we're not into it's just real, isn't it?
YouTube is just entertainment, bro. At the end of the day, we're YouTubers, we're giving opinions. We have opinions that are right sometimes and sometimes it's wrong. Same way pundits give opinions and most of the time it's wrong. It is what it is.
Yo,
bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Exactly.
saying anything that I'm saying is gospel. I'm just here to give my opinion.
That's it, bro.
Man, them
That's
are
it.
cool, bro.
That's where it is, bro. Exactly that.
Man, them are
Exactly that.
cool.
For real. We need to calm the nerves and let the transfer window play out. There's a gem out there we'll get. Sharty. One thing everyone keeps missing, what if Lewis Hall was never for sale? Newcastle fans media kept repeating he wasn't available for sale. Only Man United fans media speculation. I agree with that point as well. What if he wasn't for sale as well? Because this idea that Lewis Hall was a target for Man United, this came out of nowhere, really. Let's be honest. You man, please roast Turkish love letter for Chini. I can't lie to you. It's looking dark for Turkish there, bro. I'll be real with you, man. Looking dark, bro, man. May every fan knew Mount was a shit signing. Ruben makes ballers like Xerxes and Manu look dead. Like the video if you think Saeed is panicking. Shout out to Ali. Honestly, love the fact that they're doing things under the radar. Could wake up any day to a shock signing and best believe it's going to be a hot topic. GGMU. Big up Aaron in the building. BLM Musa, please give us a shout out to Jim Twaits. Also, Saeed, you'll be in the car park in November saying carry out. Listen, you'll see. You'll find out. Staffy's right. Yeah, you have to trust the club and manager for the decision over yours. Carrot is in love with Mason Mount, your third midfielder, and doesn't matter what you want. Big up to...
It's not what I said, but okay.
I know, yeah, exactly. I was going to say, man. He didn't say that, really.
I did not say all that.
He's obviously a Chelsea fan, isn't it? So he's kind of like basically trying to like glaze Mason Mount.
Was it Blaze? Big up Blaze, bro.
Yeah, it's Blaze, bro.
Yeah.
Why are people going on like Lewis Hall is the best left back in the world? He's no Marcelo, no Evra, or no Lizarazu. He's not generational. It's baffling. Yeah, but the thing is, though, when we're linked with him and we're about to sign him,
you don't have to be generational for me to think you can bring something to the team. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't have to be like that. He's a good player.
Exactly. Yeah. Agree with Musa. We shouldn't let price dictate our transfer strategy. It should be the club's tactical plan. We either compete in the open market or scout value players. But pick one or the other.
I heard that.
Absolutely not. You can do both. You can miss out on your targets and still have a short list and say, this is not option A, but I could get B, C, D. That's what you could do, bro. Like, no one gets all their first targets.
But I think
if we were going to get all our first targets, we would have spent $1 billion by now.
I think people want it to be make sure you get your option A thing, which is not realistic. But I think that's what people want, innit? They want.
You want to trust that your club can recruit and they have a short list where they don't get held to ransom. I have 5 options I want to get. If you're going to be difficult to negotiate with, I'll go to my second option. Then I'll go to my third option. But I'm going to get something that I want. And under Woodward, we didn't do that. Under Woodward, we'd get stuck and then we'd spend the money. People used to hate that shit. Yeah, but see, Rhino, now they hate that we use data. So when we didn't use data, they said clubs take us for a ride. They know United is going to overspend. But now that we can explore our options and have a short list, people are saying, no, just spend the money from the beginning. All right, bring back Woodward then. Because what the fuck?
I never
There's an in between. There's an in between, though. You get me.
And Shell's exactly that's what I want. I want us to be in between.
I want you know what it is,
yeah. But one thing I will never ever promote is Ed Woodward. Never.
Facts.
Like
no, I'm obviously being facetious, Side. I'm being facetious because that's the logic people were providing. Last summer we wanted Cunha, we got Cunha. We wanted Mbuemo, we got Mbuemo. We wanted Gyökeres, couldn't get him, but then we got Sesko. So we pivoted, in my opinion, to something better. And then we pivoted on the goalkeeper, the Lamens, and ended up with something well. So that's an example of getting some of your first options and getting some people that you recruited. That is the perfect balance.
Yeah. Fernandes was good until he chose Spurs. Anderson was good until City signed him. Now both are not worth it. We'll be there when the window ends. Listen, that's his opinion. Tiang Yang. Listen, that's your opinion, bro. Big up to you. And the fan base is hilarious because someone educate this dude. Titles aren't won by beating the Big Six. They're won by consistency. Something United forgot.
Yeah, that's true.
Staffy's trying to say AFC is settled team while Man United a few players to be settled. And latest Vinicius Junior stays while AFC trying for Ndai after missing out. Boy. We'll find out to get in dying, man. It's going to cost you 70 million. I don't know why he says Ty Staffy there. Just piggyback.
No, thank you. Ty means thank you.
Oh, is it thank you? Okay, cool. Thank you, Staffy. Just to piggyback on what you have to keep to the community on these players while sprinkling the right players on the same breath. Until that final whistle blows, I'm calm. Trust the process. That's fair. That's fair. Seems like a big club mid-table now reality. Adding context to CFC, just as Amber, we finished 10th because Maresca left and Rosinho came in before that squad was 2nd and 4th that season before. Conan deal depends on Wilcox's approval. Yeah, Ben Jacobs hyped though, man. I can't lie.
And going back to that Chelsea one, sorry. I just need to clear. It's gonna be so quick, Saeed. They say, how Man United are falling. They're getting our worst backup to be one of their best midfielders. So how does that make any sense when we're still better than you? I don't get it. Like, so what does that mean? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, just because it's your worst, it doesn't mean it can't be my best or change the dynamic of my team or whatever. So that narrative is mad.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Not gonna lie, you didn't overpay because you got a lot of positions to address, but you haven't signed anyone else since then. I don't know, man. Where are the silence? People, it's been a lit Mandem talk, man. I can't lie to you. It's been a crazy Mandem talk. This is what it's meant to be about, man. Mandem group chat. And this is original Mandem talk, bro. This is what happens on the WhatsApp groups, and it just turns into live television. Look, you feel me? Or live YouTube.
Bro, I've been messaging Saeed every day to talk shit to him. Like, he sent me the link today, and I responded. I was like, what are you complaining about today?
Yeah, exactly, man. That's
he
what I'm saying,
be talking shit to him.
But listen, let's see, man. Hopefully, and I must have repeated this about 5 times. Hopefully, by next Mandem talk, we can talk about signing. We can talk about signing. Because I don't want to just complain for complain's sake. I want to talk about what we've got. So therefore, if we got Sander Berge, let's talk about how good Sander Berge is going to be and how he's going to fit into our team and how that's going to... Bro, let's talk about that. I'd rather talk about that than talk about what we don't have. Come on, man.
Yeah, but also don't complain about every little thing, man. Like, you were complaining about selling, what's his name the other day, the goalkeeper.
Yeah, because we could have got more money out of him. Yeah,
bro, like, I'm not going to lie, bro. Like, 14 mil for a goalkeeper who is not going to sniff it for us.
It's 7 million. Like, 7 million. It's add-ons.
No,
add-ons.
so
if he achieves...
the achievable add-ons, by the way, the add-ons is him playing the fucking season. Like, that we're gonna get the money. The add-ons takes it up to 14 mil, and we have a buyback clause and a sell-on clause. Like, what more do you want to do? Like, it's a good deal, but then you're upset that we didn't sell him for 30, like the Coventry goalkeeper. The Coventry goalkeeper had the golden glove. So you wanted him to get sold for the guy who won the Golden Glove. By the way, on the same team that he got promoted with. So they were always going to go for it. Like, come on, man. What are we doing here? Like, not everything is negative, man.
No, but what I'm saying is, though, Man United could have still got more money for Vitek up front. Simple as that.
Who, bro? Who's paying more than that for a goalkeeper in the championship? Like a third or fourth goalkeeper.
There's been other
Who's Vitek to get to demand 30 million for?
There's been other cases where they've got more money. That's all I would say on that.
Bro, give me an example. I asked for an example. He's gonna give me an example.
By the way, it wasn't down to
I don't follow the championship, but we can go off screen.
So don't make it a statement unless you're sure about it.
No, but it's sure.
Arsenal sold their backup, one of their backup goalkeepers for like 2 million or 4 million, bro. Who gives a fuck?
I'm sure of it.
14 million is calm money, bro.
It's calm money. It's calm money. It's calm money. It's calm money. Yeah. Hold on. You all right?
It's calm money, bro. You just want to complain, bro.
I think for me,
Wallahi, it's good money, bro. It's a good deal.
I genuinely think we could have got more money from him. But if that's the case, and we got a buyback clause and all of that, cool. That makes the deal look better. That's all it is. But people, we're gonna wrap up here, man. It's been a long show. You feel me? I appreciate everybody being here. Please follow everyone's channels, man. Like, honestly, Staffy TV. Make sure you follow him, man. He's doing.
I'm live today at 7 p.m. That's midnight UK time. So
there you go, people. Make
sure
gonna
be cooking some Arsenal fans.
There you go. There you go, man. Shells is going live straight after this. We're gonna direct to his channel. Shells, it's been a pleasure, bro. Appreciate you coming on, bro.
Nah, thanks for having me. First of all, man, it's been a lit Mandem talk. My second appearance. Big up the chat as always. Big up the panel, man. And again, it's just YouTube, guys. Chill out.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just YouTube chat. It's just YouTube.
Yeah, cool. Absolutely, man. And also, Texino just uploaded right now, people. I see he's putting in the work and that. You get me? So, people, make sure you check it out right there. Texino has got a
all right, come on, man.
Video right there, people.
Come on, man.
Put the link in the chat. You feel me?
Come on.
Come on. Run it up, people. You feel me? But
appreciate you, man.
Tech, let's start the Ineos bootlicker podcast. Me, you, Rhino, and Rance is the fourth.
And they best fund it as well, bro, because no money's coming out of my pocket. Apparently, they're funding me, broski.
They think I wouldn't brag about it, by the way, if I wasn't getting paid by the club. I'd take a selfie every day and post it.
Exactly, bro. Bro, I'm telling you, if I got paid by these man will know about it, blood. I'm showing you, they will know about it. But yeah, man, look, Saeed, big up, Staffy, big up, bro. Everyone big up on the panel, man. You man always show love. And yeah, bro, look, it's football chat, man. I've been doing this my whole entire life, from primary school to secondary school to offices to on road. Like, there's always war and debates, but that's why we love the game, man. So just make sure you obviously tune in to the Tech Zeno live. Look, my new home's here, man. So I'm ready to be consistent as well, guys. Love for the love as well. And big you all up. Smash the likes as well, man. And do Saeed his dues, blood.
Come on. Yeah, before we come to Ryan, City just got 45 minutes for Trafford for a backup goalkeeper. One thing I will say about this one is that Trafford actually came in for big money and they sold him for a good price.
Premier League goalkeeper.
Okay, stuff. Well, that's what I'm saying.
See, well, I'm not even going to respond, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm agreeing with you.
Comparing Trafford to VTech. It is
exactly. I'm not going to compare Trafford to VTech, but big up to James anyway, man. Rhino, let them know what's coming on, man.
Yeah, man. Listen, Lizzie's first project out next week, 13th of August. The first ever tape he's done. You get me? Check it out. We just dropped a trailer. Yeah, I put the link in the chat. Check it out. Movie trailer. Yeah, epic.
Am I getting copyright?
Nah, you're good, man. I'll clear that.
Imagine Rhino copyrights you.
All right, let me play it.
Play it.
Let's play it.
Big up Chubbs.
I see 16 miles per hour speeding limit. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Where's this?
It's gonna make sense.
Oh.
Rah.
Boss, why is everything 16 pounds?
What are you talking about, bro? You're going
big up Kai Sessegnon.
Big up
my
Kai
guy.
Sessegnon, yeah.
Come on, my family.
Niggy, what are you doing here?
What's going on, bro? You look stressed.
This is dodgy, bro. I've been seeing the number 16 everywhere, and now it's for you, bro. I've been seeing it in the shops. I've been seeing it on my phone, in my block, on my sidewalk, everywhere, bro. What's going on?
You know what? You look like you need this more than I do, bro. Take this.
Aye.
What's this for?
Bruh.
Get it now. Quick to the 1-6.
Come on.
Oh, he's a strat mute.
Jeez.
Come on.
Makes sense. Okay.
Is that 30th of August, yeah?
Yeah. Check it out, man.
Come on.
Big up Jiggy as well. He's quite big on TikTok. He's young as well. He does a little comedian thing as well. I think some people know him as Chubb, some people know him as Jiggy, but yeah, big up him and Kai as well. Yeah, it's bros, man, little bros, man.
Yeah, there you go, people. Yeah. Pin link, people. Go run it up right now. Everyone just comment under it. Just fill the algorithm up. The more comments, the more madness over there. Just, do it, man. Run it up.
Some fire emojis and shit.
Yeah, that's it,
man.
bro. That's it, man, people. But yeah, we're gonna head over to Shells. I know Tech Zeno Rants are doing a live as well, so go check that out as well. Big up Tech Zeno Rants each and every time. We're gonna redirect to Mac Shells in the building. Go check his channel out right now. We're gonna head over there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, come on, bro. Anytime, people. And I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully with a bomber. We never know, man. We might get a signing tomorrow, man. Who knows? And then all of this could be, you know what I mean? Could be nothing.
Inside we'll get giddy.
On, man. Yeah. There you go. We'll see.